Welcome to the split round for round 11 in the Deakin University Division 3 Women's Match of the Round between the Eastern Devils and Ferntree Gully Eagles, live from Mulgrave Reserve. My name is Scott Hardy. I'll be your host today. Joined alongside me is my co-commentator on special comments and first time, Ashley Hilda. I've also got the fantastic Kate Green down on the boundary and the ever so talented Megan Green behind the camera. We hope you'll enjoy the coverage from today's Match of the Round as we'll get underway with a few interviews of the coaches and plenty to cover and discuss throughout today. Ashley, it's a pleasure to have you alongside me. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
It's a nice, we were just talking off air, it's sort of, you've obviously got an injury and that sort of put you on the sideline, so you've had to find something else to do with your time, and you've been doing a little bit of coaching, and then you've also now been introduced into the commentary box. How do you feel?
A bit nervous, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, it's a good opportunity for me. Good to break out of my shell a little bit. Coaching side of things has been really good, being able to open my eyes a little bit and see the game from a different perspective.
Yeah, for sure. And sort of, how have you found that? Like, you're obviously keen for your footy, and being sidelined, sometimes it can make you a little bit stir crazy.
Yeah, it's difficult at times. I've definitely had my fair share of tears off field.
Yep.
But no, it's good to see the girls are improving every week. Good to give them a bit of my knowledge from footy. I've been playing for a few years now. But yeah, it's just good to give them a bit of insight and stuff like that.
We'll no doubt get a bit of insight from you because Ashley comes from the Ferntree Gully side. But first off, we're joined on the Eastern Devils sort of side in the assistant coach in John McNamara. John, pleasure to have you alongside us.
Thank you.
What's sort of the focus of today's game? Obviously, it's been a challenging season for the girls, and obviously it's a big round this round for the girls.
Yep.
They obviously got the Indigenous jumpers on today. Can you give us a little bit more info into the Indigenous jumper and what's sort of expected from today?
Yeah, well, look, I guess with today, we just want to bring the same sort of effort that they brought the other week, a few weeks ago when we played Mitcham. That was a big week with Shelley Beggs' 200th game, but I guess now, with that aside, we need to bring the same sort of effort today. And yes, it has been a difficult year. Probably like a lot of sides, we've had a lot of injuries, but that week we had our captain, two vice-captains, sent them out, so it did make it very difficult. But look, we've just had a lot of improvement in the girls from the beginning of the season, and I'm sure hopefully Ferntree Gully will see a difference. I think when we played them earlier in the year.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, John.
That's all right.
I guess with the thing with Eastern Devils is always the depth that you guys have. Like, obviously many sides, and looking at your list today, it's nearly taking up the whole page of who's on, and obviously that'll probably be a benefit to you today. Ferntree Gully are a little bit undermanned today, and so they're going to be stretched for sort of that fitness. Is that sort of something that you found the benefit of having such a big group and having depth within your side?
Oh, look, it is obviously handy to have depth. I guess the thing is, the last few seasons, we've probably had turnover of 20 players each season, and a lot of them have been to the reserves. And with our Prem side, it's always been a bit of a core group. But with reserves, we get a lot of players that haven't played footy before, and hopefully we're a good club in that we develop them and turn them into players that are enjoying the game and are able to eventually play the game and consistently and so on. So as I say, we do have a lot of girls in our side that haven't played a lot of footy, and they obviously add to the numbers and so on, but it's not as if we have a lot of superstars in our reserves, but they just have a crack, and that's all we ask of them each week. And develop, we've been able to develop some that have been able to take that step up, which has been great.
And is there anyone sort of on the cusp on that list today that you can sort of see that may be looking to make that jump to sort of Premier or in that sort of upper,
Yeah, look, I've been looking after the back line. I mean, I've looked after the Prem back line for many years, but this year I've just been looking after the back line, and there's Emily Chalmers at centre-half back there. I've just been giving her a few things to work on, her marking and running off her opponent and so on, and she just takes everything on board and has really developed exceptionally well. And I've said to Erin, our senior coach, that with a bit of work with her over the upcoming pre-season, there's no reason why maybe next year or in the next season or two, she can't take a step up into the Prem and so on. So yes, working with them and trying to develop them to move up into that senior side is certainly what we try and do as well. So.
And you both you and Ferntree Gully sort of match up relatively sort of similar, and it's obviously an important game. Sort of if you get the win, just keeps that sort of in check and stuff. And obviously over the last sort of 5 rounds, both your points for have been very close. I think yours is like 30 on average, and theirs is 29. You sort of, what do you feel is the way to win today? Is it the big score on the board, or is it sort of keeping them sort of to that lower score and having that back line locked down? Yeah,
look, we probably haven't got. I guess, again, with Shelley Beggs playing in, she's played most of the season in the reserves.
Yep.
Not having her up forward probably restricts our scoring a little bit. But, look, Taylor Mount has been handy and so on. But I guess probably keeping it to a lower scoring game is probably more to our benefit.
Yep.
Look, when we played Ferntree Gully earlier in the year, they were very, very good and had a... I think they scored quite a few goals on us then. So
yeah, there was 69 to obviously 12 at that stage.
Yep.
And do you feel as though, that difference, that was in round 4?
Correct.
So obviously quite a while ago.
Yep.
How do you feel now that you're sort of from that game? Do you take any learnings from it, or do you feel like you're just a different side now?
Oh, look, the side has just developed and got better and better. And I mean, the other week, just simple things like the 1%ers, of simple things like 2 players tackling one at a time and so on. So if they can bring a lot of that effort today, and it might be a bit of a scrap, but if they can bring that sort of effort today, well then it's probably going to be more about restricting Ferntree Gully's goal scoring a bit, because we do actually have a reasonably strong back line as well, and that's probably been one of our strengths. So, but yeah, we'll hopefully keep them down to a score where we can then be competitive and maybe kick a winning score ourselves.
Well, all we can hope is for a competitive game, and we look forward to it. We thank you so much for your time today, John. Appreciate you stepping onto the mic. I know you got handed the duties from the main coach,
so it doesn't worry me. So that's all good.
Well, thank you so much. We're really looking forward to the game and calling it, and hopefully it's a good game.
Fantastic. Thank you.
That's John McNamara from the Eastern Devils. Wasn't too sure if you were allowed to interview the assistant coach or how it worked, or whether you had questions planned, but hopefully you've got some questions for your coach coming up in Dwayne, because he's about to sit down in the...
I've got some embarrassing stories for him, but don't know about questions.
The hot chair. So, look, we go straight from one coach to the other. Dwayne, thank you for joining us on Match of the Round. We're looking forward to the coverage. How are the girls feeling about today?
Yeah, no, they're feeling good. So we've had a really good week on the track. Having the bye last week gave us an opportunity to rest a few players and get some sore bodies right, and we did a fair bit of work with our juniors to keep building the bridge down there to give them somewhere to play footy. So that's been really good, and they're just out there doing their final preparations and their warm up, and I think we're looking ready to rock and roll.
Speaking of rock and roll, there was some serious music going on down there. I wasn't too sure if it was your room. Was it your room or was it the Devils' room?
Oh, there's a good chance it's our room.
Okay.
One of our trainers is a DJ, so we've normally got pretty tunes going off. So.
I think it was. I think it was a full set, because I went in there and I was like, this is blasting. So, look, I guess the difference over probably for you guys, I think from the start of the season, you were scoring quite fluidly. It was sort of averaging between 40 to 60 points. The last 5 weeks probably been a little bit down. Has there been a change to sort of how you're playing? Has it been just the competition? Like, how do you feel that sort of difference lately?
I think we've had a few injuries and some unavailabilities at times, so I think our team's changed a fair bit over the last 4 or 5 weeks each week. So I think in times probably the cohesion and the connection hasn't been as strong. And we've just got, we've got a lot of, I think 6 or 7 girls were playing their first game, first season of senior footy, and they're still learning the trade and trying to understand things. So the competition's really, really tight as well. So if you don't take opportunities when they do come, it can really hurt you in the long term. So, I think it just comes to that time of the year. It's a bit colder, a bit wetter, and the footies are a bit heavier, so it probably doesn't move as quick and as far as it does early on in the year or near the end of the year when it starts to dry out again. So it's something we've been working on and looking at, and we've been, sort of throwing the magnets around a little bit here and there as well to just try people in different positions to give people a bit more of a go. Is
there one that sort of stands out today for sort of that change that you sort of go, I'm really rolling the dice today, and see how you go in that position? Yeah, we've got a couple of changes or rotations that will go through the midfield that we've been working on over the last couple of weeks that are a little bit different, offer us... probably just a little bit more strength around the footy and in the contested side to win the footy first, and just be a little bit more defensively minded against their better midfielders and all that, just to stop, getting out as easy as what it has been in the last couple of weeks.
So it'll be interesting to see how that works for us. But at the same time, we've got 16 players today that are well prepared to play their role wherever it may be to try and get the result we're looking for.
Are you happy with sort of those fitness level of those 16? Because it is obviously a shorter list compared to the Devils. When you look over that side, they've obviously got quite big depth compared to you guys. How have you sort of felt that stacks up through to this?
I think we've been pretty good most of the times when we've had lower numbers.
Yep.
We went through this problem even last year. At times only having 16, 17 or 18 available. And it's been something that's there for the last couple of weeks. We've got hopefully 5 or 6 are back next week. So it's just sort of get through the short-term pain for the long-term gain of some players coming back. But no, look, we've been training for this, especially over the week, and we know it's just going to be more the mental battle than I think the physical, the fitness battle.
Mm-hmm.
We're quite fit. It's just sometimes your brain's the first thing that says, no, I can't go anymore. And we've been working really hard at being just a bit stronger there and pushing through that. And the way we trained on the track during the week was really, really exciting. So hopefully we're able to put it out there today.
And I know I've talked you off. I'll just ask one more question and hand it over to Ashley if she's got a hard-hitting question for you. But I guess
don't be scared, Ash.
This is a really, really important game for you, and I know you understand that. But just for this game into next week against North Ringwood, it's a huge, huge result if you can get those 8 points to keep you and push you probably into that 3-4 spot.
Yeah, 100% correct. We sort of look at where the ladders are at. At this point. Obviously, we haven't had our result today, but South Croydon's got those 2 games. So, winning to just stay within a game of that top 4 is huge for us. We've made the understanding and spoken about it as a group that we need to win all 4 games. It's sort of last couple of results haven't gone our way, and it's probably taken it out of our control, whether we play finals or not.
Yep.
So the only thing we can control now is we've just got to win every single week. And the girls are excited by the challenge. They haven't seen that as a negative. They haven't dropped their heads about that. They've just sort of, you could see a bit of hardy steel in their eyes and gone, well, if that's what we've got to do, then that's what we're just going to throw everything at it. So in that, we've, as I said, flipped the magnets around a little bit, changed a couple of things. We're going to try a few things here today, see how that works out for us, and hopefully it gives us the edge that we're looking for to get the 4 points today and, keep our opportunities and stories alive for some finals footy in August.
I've got a little bit of a light-hearted question, Dwayne. Do you reckon the girls out there warming up have the dog in them today?
Mate, we've always got the dog in us. I think they're ready to rock and roll. It's been definitely a famous saying for us for the last couple of years. You can thank the old Gorringe for that one. They're ready to rock and roll. They've got the dog in them. I think it'll be a hard physical fight, and hopefully we can get the start we want and put it over 4 quarters and take 4 points today.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Dwayne. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to a ripping contest today.
No, thank you very much. Keep control of it for me.
Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks, Ashley. It's obviously hard, isn't it? Sort of sitting here and sort of going, oh, geez, I really would like to be out on that list, and it's such an important game for your side.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you spoken to some of the girls sort of through the week or sort of this morning, and sort of how do they feel about it?
Not really, to be honest. I had my surgery last week, so I haven't really been around.
Yep.
I've spoken to a few of them. I'm expecting a big game out of a fair couple. But yeah, as long as we win the contest, be clean with the football and get it forward, I think we'll be okay. We struggle sometimes being clean with it, especially when it's greasy, but they know what they need to do.
One player I had listed who Evelyn Bamford, is she injured or?
No, she's got some family stuff going on at the moment, personal reasons to be out, and her sister's playing up in Queensland as well.
Yep, okay.
So yeah, she's an out for today.
Because she was leading goal, 8 goals. So who sort of steps up into that forward position that you can sort of see on that list?
I'd definitely say Chloe Leipold and Brianna Carter. As you know, when she goes in there, she usually makes an impact. I'd say they're probably the 2 to watch for today. But you never know with our team. We have multiple goal kickers most weeks. It just depends on who steps up on the day. Yeah,
that's the thing, isn't it? I've looked at your list and I was sort of going through who's kicks the most, but it's just 1 here, 1 there, 2 there sort of thing. And obviously, like Dwayne said, he's sort of obviously with that list sort of changing a little bit, he's got to sometimes make those sort of changes and put people in sort of some different position probably. Is that sort of how you found it sort of throughout this season, and probably maybe sort of made it a little bit difficult in not having that sort of consistent sort of target or forwards and stuff like that?
Yeah, in some ways it's difficult, but in other ways it's good because we've got, like I said, multiple goal kickers, so you can put different people in different positions and still have your structure set and still play the way that you want to play. So not having that key forward sometimes is difficult, but you work around it, I suppose.
And I'll wait. I can see you over there, ready to chat. You've got something good. I know. So I'll introduce Kate Green. Kate, thank you for jumping onto the broadcast today. We say hello to you for the first time.
Good morning, everyone. Ashley, thank you so much for stepping in and taking up the chair. Just with what you said about having, those players where you can rely on anyone in the team to step up. I think in the competition so far this season, with people being out, people being overseas, that there are quite a few teams in the competition across all divisions that are just struggling because they do have just a finite number of players that they go to for that goal kicking, and it really comes down to a case of teams having to have that versatility, the availability of nearly everyone on the team to be able to step up and do that. And I'm really impressed that you and a few other teams have that, but a lot of the other teams in the comp across all divisions are missing that.
Yeah, definitely. I think we really try and focus on bringing everyone into the game rather than just relying on our main players, if that makes sense. You got to bring everyone in because you never know when your best player is going to have a bad game. You've got to be able to step up in other ways. And Dwayne does a really good job of trying to get everyone on the same level so that we don't have to rely on one or two or three players. I think that's a strength for us, has been last year and going into this year as well.
It's definitely a strength to hang on to moving forward as well. And those players that kind of run away and go overseas on trips, I think there's not a club in the EFNL, men's or women's, that, are seriously considering taking people's passports off them for the footy season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I had it my way, I'd be out there every week. But I understand that sometimes footy's a second commitment rather to living life, and that's completely understandable. We've got a few girls that are on holidays or have other prior commitments today. But yeah, I think it comes with the game.
Do you think that has sort of come from sort of that COVID sort of time frame where people want to get away a little bit more rather than sort of sticking around, or it's just that where that difference is that people have got that passion for it and they live and breathe it, and then others that, just find that sort of enjoyment of being out there and having a quick kick?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. I mean, the weather in Melbourne at the moment is absolutely horrible, so I don't blame people for wanting to go over to Europe and enjoying a Europe summer. But I think, for some people it's not as big as a life commitment for them playing footy. They just want to play it for fun, and I understand that. But yeah.
And we're looking forward to a really good game. Like I said, I just feel like lately both these sides probably haven't found sort of scoring as easy as some. And obviously, talking to sort of both coaches, they're understanding that defence is probably the key to keeping it small. Obviously, last time Ferntree Gully played the Devils, like we said, it was a 69-12 game. Did you play in that game?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I played in the ruck that game.
And what was sort of, how did you feel that sort of game played out from your sort of side of things in Ferntree Gully way? Getting obviously quite a good score and keeping the Devils to only 12. Yeah,
I think we got on top of it pretty early. Towards the end of the game, we got a bit tired and it was a bit more congested, but we were able to score in early parts of the game. Eastern Devils their midfield's really good. They're quick, they're strong. If they can get it forward, they're usually send it in forward. But we're pretty lucky in our back line. They're so good together. They're so cohesive. Every week we rely on them to do the work, and they do it for us. So, I mean, congrats to them, I guess.
Yeah.
Ashley, you mentioned when I kindly got Dwayne to ask you to come on and do specials and comms, you said you were a bit nervous about it, but you've just slid into it so nicely. Well done to you.
Thank you.
So
still a bit to go, Kate. Pumping her up early on.
If we pump her up, maybe we can get her for the rest of the season.
It would be good. It would be good. It does add something to it. While we're sort of discussing, just in this Premier game that's being played currently, we've got the Eastern Devils leading 13-4-82 to Boronia 2-4-16 for those watching at home on YouTube and Facebook.
Sorry, it's only this game. Only the match of the round. They'll see footage at the moment, but yeah.
No dramas. But I think that's the beauty of sort of having players sort of come in. It gives you a new sort of insight into the game, into sort of how players can play out. You can also ask really good questions sort of to say, well, who do you think about this player? What's this player's sort of strengths? And obviously that's something we probably miss out a little bit on if it's a game we haven't covered before. I don't know if we've had Ferntree Gully sort of this season?
We had Ferntree Gully versus Mitcham.
Yep.
I think it was round 9
Yep.
at Mitcham. We haven't had the seconds team for Eastern Devils.
Yep.
But the other thing is being a player has a whole different perspective to what we see and what the coaches see and their experience. So actually having you on board today is just fantastic.
I'm glad to be here. Happy to be here.
Are you one of those players that gets a little bit of sort of white line fever? Like, you seem quite calm now, but I sort of sense that once you get out onto the field, that like you said, the dog is there, and you know, am I going to have to hold you back when it's going to get a close contest on this side?
No, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty calm. I play hard. I play strong. When I go out there, I give it my all. But I don't know. I'm pretty calm and collected. Not a lot gets to me unless you hurt one of my players, and I might get back into you. But I'm not wanting to trash talk or.
Yep.
I'm the captain, so I feel like I have to show the example, be the example. But yeah, I'm pretty calm and collected most of the time.
Being the captain with this injury, you mentioned that you've been in the box with Dwayne, doing a bit of coaching, learning a bit of coaching. How's that changed your perspective in the way you see the game?
Tremendously, yeah. I guess, like I said earlier, off stream, I've had to come out of my shell a little bit, be a bit louder, be a bit more vocal. To be honest, when I was captain and playing, I was doing a lot of coaching on field anyway, whether Dwayne liked me to or not, I'm not really sure. But yeah, just it's a different perspective and makes you look more into the work rate and effort that the girls put in. You can see the ones that want to take it easy a little bit sometimes. The ones that really work hard. Most of our girls are pretty good. They want to win, they're here to win, so they put in 100% effort. But yeah, it definitely shows you a different perspective on the game.
Would you ever consider becoming a coach at some stage?
I coach the under-12 girls in Ferntree Gully, so juniors, yes. I don't know if I'm up to par of senior coaching yet. Probably need a bit more knowledge, a bit more coaching background, but looking at maybe next year being a player coach, possibly. We'll see what happens.
I think it adds to such an important role out on the field. It's sort of one of those roles that can be key. Like it's sort of, and it's probably a really hard thing to juggle because you're out there in the contest and then you've got to think for a minute. Oh, hang on, I need to think about what's happening with these other players and stuff. Trying to balance that sort of coaching role / playing role. Do you think that's sort of a skill, or do you feel like you've got that within you already, sort of thing?
Sometimes, yeah. There's games where I focus too much on the coaching side of things and I'm not focusing on like my game. But I think I found a pretty good balance in the both of them.
Yep. And that's it. And that's the thing. I think it's just taking that balance, but I think also sort of missing out on not being, you know, available sort of to be out there and then sort of come into the sidelines and sort of stand for a bit and sort of look at it. I think we sort of spoke to Red Jordan the other day. He's been sidelined and he's obviously coach and plays as well, and he sort of says he misses just being out there to give a little bit more closer instruction to the players. Like I feel he feels as though like you're alongside them, so and you can probably sense it maybe a little bit more on the ground.
Yeah, definitely. I leave every game with nearly no voice because I'm trying to shout out like I would on the ground. But yeah, it's definitely hard not being there right next to them. You can tell them little tips and whatever else when you're out on the ground, especially when playing in the midfield. You get the midfield group together and say we did that well, we need to do this, we need to man up more or build the wall or whatever it may be. Being on the sidelines is a lot harder to do that. But that's what we've got the line huddles in term breaks where you get the groups together and speak about what we did well that quarter, what we need to improve on the next quarter and how we want the rest of the game to pan out. Yep,
for sure. Well, we're looking forward to a really good contest, and obviously, Kay, you'll be down boundary side and speaking to those coaches at quarter time, half time, and we're hoping it should be a really good contest, is it? So you're feeling as well between the two sides?
Yes, it is. I'm not quite sure who I went for in the women's tipping, but I think I can't even remember from this stage. I know you got both Ferntree Gully and Devils evenly matched. Unfortunately, Ferntree Gully doesn't have the bench that they would normally have, but I wouldn't underestimate Ferntree Gully because I've come to know Ferntree Gully, and when they're down, they've got a lot of fight in them. That's the thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, and so, we're just waiting for the Devils to come out on the ground now, and we've got in the Devils number 72, Coyle Jessica. It's her 100th game today.
You can see the Eastern Devils run out through the banner there, so congratulations on the 100 games there, Jessica Coyle. So she makes her way through, and the girls cheer them on. So got a good contingent here. Geez, it was hard to find a park. That's the other thing today. I came here a little bit late. I was sort of pushing it. I drove down. I thought I'd find one. It's been quite a big build-up to this game, and probably you can sort of sense that vibe around here, that it's definitely got a big crowd to it, and I presume that the Eastern Devils Prem team will sort of stay on to watch this game as well. It was exceptional sort of coming into the ground. I was like, I didn't expect it to be as busy as it was. Normally you can find a park.
I feel like Devils always have a pretty good support group. They're a good club, tight-knit group from what I've seen anyway. I don't know them too people internal, but whenever I've played against them, they've always had a good support group.
Have you found, what's your sort of community sort of base like from Ferntree Gully? Obviously, we've covered the senior men's a few times, and it always seems to be a good turnout. Have you found that sort of to be the case as well when you're sort of travelling away, or is it sort of more that home influence that you get the crowds?
You have the core group that travel away, the main group of people, the supporters. It's definitely improved over the last couple of years, being that we've been able to keep the team together and get to know more players outside of the team itself within the community, the Ferntree Gully community. But they're good. It's a very close club, almost like a family.
Yep.
Everyone knows everyone, so.
It's always good, and it adds to it. We're just sort of waiting for sides to clear, and they sort of had the photos, and the women are wearing the Indigenous jumper. We're saying
Eastern Devils are wearing their Indigenous jumpers, as this is NAIDOC week, the end of NAIDOC week.
Yep.
They're also getting together with teams to do a small welcome to country ceremony.
Sure.
Just quickly on the ground, the ground's firm. It is a bit slippery, so I won't be dancing on the field today.
Okay.
But otherwise, the game will be delayed just a few minutes to do this welcome to country. And here we go.
Well, good morning, everyone. The Eastern Devils would like to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which we gather today, the Wurundjeri and the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation. The Mulgrave Reserve sits on the meeting point of their lands, a place of shared history, culture and connection long before the goalposts and boundary lines marked the ground. We pay our respects to elders, past, present, and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. We're incredibly grateful for the opportunity to play the great game of Australian rules football on these lands. And as we do, we honour the enduring strength, vision, legacy of the world's oldest living culture. And this year marks 50 years of NAIDOC Week, the 2025 theme, the next generation, strength, vision and legacy invites us to reflect on what we inherit and the future that we help shape. As players, clubs and communities, let's continue to listen deeply, work together and keep the fire burning. Game on, enjoy the game.
and we have a game.
We do, Kate, indeed. So we're looking forward to this contest. Obviously, a little bit sort of later start, but look, nonetheless, the coverage will be continuing. We'll have both sides taking the field very, very shortly. So Ferntree Gully, we're a little bit later to get onto the field. Probably the last message from Dwayne, which is we've got obviously alongside me for those joining, we've got Ashley Hilda, Ferntree Gully's captain, who's sidelined today. So we've got special comments from Ashley, and I'm looking forward to sort of picking her brain through today, especially if we get a few goals and a few sort of hard contests and those players to watch. It's going to be a great inclusion sort of to the broadcast side. Like I said, there's a number of Eastern Devils players on this list, so we'll be going through them as well throughout the day as women sort of warm up. And they've also got the coin toss happening in the centre of the ground. Number 15 there in Chloe Leopold taking the captain's armband for Ferntree Gully. Eastern Devils win it, and they're going to kick to the right of screen. So we'll be underway very, very shortly. We go down boundary side to Kate Green. Kate, you spoke about it being a little bit wet underfoot. How's it feeling after obviously that first hit out between the Devils and Baronia?
It's not as kind of slippery as what it was initially earlier on in the morning. It's actually quite hard ground. No give to it at all. So don't want to be one of those players getting tackled down into it. Otherwise, just a quick thing. Please forgive my croaky voice. I am recovering from pneumonia. It's a long haul, so if I start to squeak, just ignore me.
You've left the Vicks vapor drops up here for us, but maybe you were the one that. Okay, good. I was going to say we might have to throw a few your way. So we're not far off this game getting underway for the Division 3 match of the round clash between Ferntree Gully and the Eastern Devils, and we're looking forward to it. Who goes into the ruck today for Ferntree Gully? Who's going to be in sort of the centre bounce? That'll
be Lauren Brugenshaw. She'll probably play most of the game in the middle through the ruck, and then we've got our backline ruck and our forward line ruck.
One of Kate Green's notes is that Lauren's back from injury. Was she on sort of long list, or sort of just a short injury and then back to playing?
Yeah, so she was on our list last year, but she didn't play. She had a really serious back injury.
Yep.
She just got back from that, started working her way through the ruck a little bit more. She's been firing, especially the last half of the season. She's been so good, so influential to our team.
Is there one player on that list for Ferntree Gully that always gets in the votes, that always gets the 3 votes and goes, hang on a minute, what about me? Where's my votes?
You can't go past Carter.
Yeah.
Like you guys say, she's the game winner all the time.
Okay, well that's one to watch sort of through. So what number is she?
She's number 1, but also Bridget Allinger this year, number 16. She's just improved miles and miles this year. She's a completely different player to what she was last year.
Well, we look forward to seeing both those players as we've got the umpire holding the ball off, just waiting for the siren to sound. Brigenshaw in the ruck for Ferntree Gully. Just still, there we go, they found it, and Riley LaFontaine in the ruck for the Eastern Devils, I presume. Tapped down there by Fontaine, and then it's kicked out of play in front there. Ferntree Gully hands, good running play there over on the far side to, I'm going to struggle with Kira's last name, but I'll get it there eventually. Hands off, it falls short. Eastern Devils kick there. Spare player in Hayley Smith. Just a bouncing ball. Can she get clean hands? It's still bobbling out of her hands. She can't get it. A little bit slippery. Kicks it to the centre of the ground. A bouncing ball onto the cricket pitch. Ferntree Gully winning contest sort of here in front there for Eastern Devils with LaFontaine. Kicks it far and wide on the far side. Over to Taylor Mount. Bouncing ball. Good tackling pressure there by Ferntree Gully in Zulian. Is that how you pronounce her surname?
Yes, it is.
I think so.
Say that again, Kate.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
and
Zulian.
Number 22, Kira, is Dana Palia.
Dana Palia. All right, I'll have to work on that one. That's when I look down at the sheet, that just pops up, and I'm gonna just go, hang on a minute, I'll go Kira, but we'll work on it.
The H is silent, so Dana Palia.
Dana Palia. Thank you very much. I'll just cross out that H, and that'll make things a lot easier. Thank you, Kate Green. Always doing exceptional work down on the boundary and for my own notes. So thank you. Look, it's tough contest. Big ground down here as well, so hard to get the ball going forward. Ferntree Gully, though, getting most of the possession through this quarter. I haven't got a time for you at the moment as the scoreboard's off at the moment. So
We started at 10:53, gentlemen, lady and gentlemen.
used to the boys' club. I'm glad we've got the women alongside me today, and it's a minor score for Ferntree Gully, so they get the first score on the board, and hopefully that scoreboard will be up and running. I know it was working in the Premier. How have you found sort of the contest so far between both sides there, Ashley?
Yeah, it's pretty even. I think Ferntree Gully have had most of the footy. If we can get in front, sometimes we struggle getting our forwards in front, but I think, yeah, we're doing a pretty good job so far. Both sides have been competing really hard. It'll be a battle of who can be cleaner with the footy, I suppose.
I think that's the key, and probably that fitness as well. Like we said, the list that the Devils have, they always are strong with how many they have on their list, and all pushing for contenders. Oh, good mark in front there by Carter, and so she's on a good angle. Did she have the leg for this one?
Oh, she
hands it off. Thank you. As a turn to Brigginshaw, kicks it on the boot. It's marked on the line by Welsh.
Wow.
Strong mark.
She's got good hands. Well, she's new to footy this year, but her hands are like glue.
Oh.
This is her 6th game this year, Scott.
Magnificent. I love it. Love the stats and love the call there, Ashley, as she kicks it straight through and was slightly off centre, but that's all right. It's a goal nonetheless. So Ferntree Gully take the lead there. 1-1, I think they got the point behind. So
yeah,
I think that's there. 1-1-7 to the Devils yet to score, and that comes at it counts backwards. This clock. I like the clocks that count up. Otherwise,
yeah,
I have to do the maths, and that's not my strong suit, unfortunately. But they take a handy sort of buffer, and they've started very, very well.
And the clock's on time too.
Thank you very, very much there. So underway. Again, Ferntree Gully winning sort of contest, pushing it to their side of the ground.
Ashley, as you mentioned earlier in this broadcast, you started out early and struck first. With that first game, you played them back in round 4. It seems to be that your team's doing the same again this time. Yeah,
it looks like we set up really well. Our structures seem to be working. We have a massive emphasis on run and carry and not trying to overhand ball, get the ball through hands quickly and then get it forward. So if the girls can maintain that for the whole game, I think we'll be okay. Just holding our space. As you know, in women's footy, it tends to get congested sometimes, so we just try and emphasise holding our space a lot.
And you'll be hearing some more calls from that throughout today's broadcast. Sun shining as well, which we'd love to see for our boundary rider down in front of us. It's a really glorious day so far for Melbourne, so hopefully stays this way for the whole contest. Ruck still going at it, not going much further than where it sort of started before, and the umpire says I'll have it underway.
Tackling pressure from Ferntree Gully is quite impressive at this point.
Started strong on both fronts, on sort of pushing it forward and their tackling pressure. You're right, Kate. So Ferntree Gully still getting it forward now through hands. Forster trying to pick it up, but falls at feet, and that's just a pile and stack on. Spare player out the back there in Chalmers for Eastern Devils, but can't get hands. So the umpire says I'll have it. Good winning ruck there. That's going to be the contest today in the ruck, with Fontaine sort of winning most of those ruck contests so far. Take Brigginshaw a little bit of contest to get up there.
I've personally rucked against Fontaine, and she's good. She's very good. Yeah. She's hard to body.
Is she one of probably the better ones in this division? Like she's extremely tall.
Yeah, I'd say so. She's quite athletic as well, and once she gets one on her foot, she can kick it nearly 50 metres, so definitely have to control her.
Nice tap down, but it only went to Carter, who's had a nice possession there, and then hands off a kick, over to Leopold. It snaps it and just misses. So again, another score for Ferntree Gully. That's 1-2-8 to Eastern Devils yet to score. We haven't seen much on the right side. Ferntree Gully trapping it in quite well.
One thing with Brianna Carter, you cannot leave her alone. If you're an opposition player on her, you've got to stick with her like glue, because otherwise she'll just walk all over you.
2024 club best and fairest as well. And what do you think she'd be fairest so far?
Well, she was out for the start of the season with injury, so
sure.
If she had played the whole season, probably yes. Yep. But I think Bridge Allinger's got the nod for me.
Okay.
She's just been so influential this year.
That's number 16 for those sort of watching on YouTube or Facebook. It's free kick towards Eastern Devils, so that's going to go down to their side. All kicked, it's partially smothered, but bouncing ball bounces sort of unkindly there for Reid, but she manages to get it a little bit forward. Now it's just a bit of a foot race and good tackling pressure there for the Eastern Devils, but Ferntree Gully managed to get out from their own defensive line. They just need that running hand. They do get it over to the top to Deakin. Kicks it on the boot, up and under contest, and then out the back is Anderson. Anderson off, and she's quick. Kicks it. She probably had a little bit more time. She could have ran with it a little bit further. Hands it, though, to Leopold again. Kicks it. Good kick, but a really nice spoil there by the Eastern Devils player. And didn't see the number for that Eastern Devils player. Just waiting for her to turn her back, but always the case. They never turn their back when we want them to, Ashley. You'll work that out, especially when you don't know the players. So.
And when they do, their ponytail's usually in the way.
That is true. That's a goal. And again, you have to probably help me out with who that was.
That was Caitlin Welsh, yeah. So she's got 2.
Thank you. So Caitlin kicks another one. That's the second for the day. Is she known for the goals there, Ashley?
Sometimes when she gets on a few, she has a role, but yeah, depends. She either kicks goals or doesn't some weeks.
Boundary.
Yeah, go boundary side to Kate Green.
She's they're her first 2 goals of the season. She's played now 6 games, had 1 best player nomination, and now 2 goals to an A.
Well, it's a strong start by her. We might have found a nice little forward option for Ferntree Gully, and scoring's going well. Like I said, the scoring's probably been down for both sides over the last couple of weeks, but we've got a really nice day out in the footy field and no rain, so we're hoping for a high-scoring contest. Eastern Devils still can't get that ball off to the right of screen. LaFontaine around the ball. She's been around it plenty. That's a strong tackle.
That's Brittany Anderson. She's been out with injury. She broke her ribs a few weeks ago. So this is her first game back.
Was it from a strong tackle like that? Because it's a heavy hit.
Yeah, it was a knock off the ball, going for goal. So.
Oh, good to see her back, and that strong tackling pressure, which we've said for Ferntree Gully so far. Kate Green.
Just a side note, please don't mention that R word, because every time Blake Tennant does, he jinxes me and I get wet.
Yes, I did think about that, but I'm confident. I'm confident in the blue. So Ferntree Gully now, a nice snap around the body, but it goes off the side of the boot from Leopoldo. Up and under contest there. Depalia couldn't mark it, so now Eastern Devils look to clear out, which they do. But the spare player sitting there is Brianna Smith. She just needs clean hands, which she does. Kicks it right top of the centre line there. Falls through hands of the Eastern Devils player, unfortunately. Tackled pressure there by Leopold. And
been impressed with Ferntree Gully so far, because there was one thing that we didn't quite have in round 9 when we last saw them in the match of the round. Their running game was a little bit stunted, and I'm really liking seeing their running game now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh, that's a great kick by Forster. Bouncing ball. And the umpire says that's a goal. The Devils players looking around and say, what happened there? And it bounced just over the head and unfortunately just kicked away. What a magnificent goal.
We call Maya Harry Mackay at training, because she often misses right in front of goal, like Harry Mackay does. So she'll be happy she's kicked that one.
Oh, that was a ripping goal by Forster there. So, look, Ferntree Gully starting strong. And, yeah, going back to your point, Kate, I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to sort of see how you feel like the difference is. Obviously, I didn't get to see that game, so sort of how it plays out through today and whether they can maintain this pressure. It's been a really strong start by Ferntree Gully, especially out of that ruck contest, and Brianna Smith just throws it on the boot. Running battle there, trying to pick it up was Langton, and now Eastern Devils get it to their side of the ground. But again, Ferntree Gully just bouncing back. Really strong defence sort of set up there. Now a bit of a foot race at 2-on-1. Just needs a Shepherd. They're great Shepherd. Then picks it up is Carter. Carter throws it on the boot. Swings over to the left. Picks in front Leopold. Can she keep it in? She can't. And trickles out of bounds. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Yeah, good contest there. Great Shepherd. Called it. No, that's all you need, just to protect that player, just to get it forward. And again, really well set up behind the ball, Ferntree Gully.
Ferntree Gully's just really fluid with their attacking and defence at the moment, and I love how the fact that there's their player awareness of where their other players are on the field. It's a really great start for Ferntree Gully, but we know that the Devils can come back, so it'll be a very interesting game.
I think that's the thing. It's probably been good for Ferntree Gully to start strong. Like I said, they're down on numbers, so we'll probably test them later in the contest. With Devils got a lot of depth on their bench, so they'll probably have a bit more legs in the last. But to start strong like this and lead 3-2-20 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter is a great start for Ferntree Gully and be keeping the coach very happy. So Eastern Devils trying to push it forward. Good tackle there as well by Sharma. And umpire says, I'll have it on the far side. This is when the screen comes in play, so feel free to use the screen as you like there, Ashley, because once it gets over that far side and a bit of sun, it's hard to see some of the numbers on some of the girls. Ferntree Gully's good because they've got the black numbers on the white, so it sort of sticks out. The Eastern Devils, the white on the black just doesn't work as well.
Yeah,
so
it's a bit blurry for
if
the old eyes.
if you're designing a number, just go with that for future. Geez, that's another big tackle. So Ferntree Gully applying plenty of pressure, and Eastern Devils probably feeling it a lot around these contests. And that was Pitcher for Devils, sort of got the tackling pressure, and Pitcher nearly gets it again. She applies her own tackle, and no, Ferntree Gully managed to get it. LaFontaine taps down, good tap down, but really nicely read by Ferntree Gully. Really nice hands as well. Strong play so far. A good mark there, and in the back line for the Devils.
Devils look like they're set up a bit better.
They do. They have, and they've had to adjust. It's probably been impressed. Well, it's probably surprised them at how quick sort of Ferntree Gully have started today. Now they're finding space in the centre of the ground. LaFontaine picks it up, kick on the boot, really nice kick around the body. That's going to bounce ugly, but a good stop in front there was Welsh. That's Bree Welsh. The sisters or cousins?
Yeah,
sisters. Sisters in the side, so 1 forward, 1 back, and doing well. So LaFontaine just kicks, really nice boot on her. I'd love to see her kick one from video. It might actually go, but it stopped on the line there. Ferntree Gully just have to get it out in hope. A bit of a bouncing ball there for Patton. She couldn't pick it up. Now kicks on the boot. Eastern Devils pick it up on that far side. Even with the screen, I'm struggling with that. I think those Crasto couldn't get it. Another tackle. Crasto just trying to get hands out, but can't. And the ball gets trapped in, and it's on the far side. We played nearly 14 minutes into this first quarter.
Great ruck by Lauren.
Nice tap down. Good kick there for the Devils, so they're getting it into their forward line. Oh, good pace. Who's that? Who's running with that one? Can you see there, Ashley?
Well, the Ferntree Gully player?
Yeah,
that's Neve Zulian.
Yeah, very quick. Very quick on her feet there. So
She's also come back from injury. Sorry, croaky voice.
No, that's all right. We've got an injured player down on the boundary in the voice department for Kate Green. So umpire says, I'll have it. Eastern Devils managed to sort of keep that trapped in. At the bottom of the pile there was you.
This is only the second entry into Devils forward 50 this so far this quarter, with 5 minutes 10 to go.
Well, Crasto sort of got it, but got tackled quickly, and the umpire didn't even let it play. I think she's nearly got it again there. Under-18s player from Listerfield as well. So just making herself known around the contest. She's running past now, couldn't get the tap, but LaFontaine taps it down, to you. Kicks it over there, bouncing ball now. Ferntree Gully play probably didn't have it. Tries to get it out through kicking into Ellinger. Ellinger just throws on the boot. Under it is Smith. Smith just assessing her options, waiting for a few players to run on by, and takes her time. Comes to this side of the ground. That's a nice kick again. 2-on-1, just needs to use a bit of a shepherd probably here. Yeah, good shepherd there. Smith kicks it into the centre. Get the talk. Yes, good mark there by Leopold. Numbers around it for Ferntree Gully. Devils probably need to man them a little bit more tighter. Foot race on there. Scalzo can't pick it up, just tries to kick. Nice bumping contest there. Scalzo still trying to pick it up. Ferntree Gully tackling pressure over the top. Umpire's happy to let it go. No, he says, I'll have it finally now.
Really impressed with how Ferntree Gully is travelling at this point in time. They've come out with intent.
Intent has definitely been there, and straight off the bat. And like we said, we've seen probably the majority of play to the left of screen down the Ferntree Gully end. From our boundary side, it looks very still down there. Kate, is it no wind or anything like that?
There's barely a breeze at all.
Well, not assisting either side. And trying to pick it up through hands is Zulian. kicks it, just throws on the boot, a stray boot there, and I reckon it'll be a free kick towards Ferntree Gully, which it is. Yeah, just threw the boot at it, and I think it just clipped the player, and the umpire said, yeah, that's a free kick.
Dangerous.
Oh, dangerous. Thank you, Kate. So kicks it to the centre of ground. Under it says Carter.
You can't leave Carter free. She's notorious for, being very effective. So you definitely can't leave her on her own.
No, and Leopold as well. Now it goes to Smith. She just snaps it around the body. Player underneath it. It goes through hands, unfortunately, there. I thought
Lack
Brigham
of
Shaw.
talk there, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ashley. I think both players just thought one was going to take it. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. Picks it up is Brotto. He just throws on the boot. Bouncing ball there for Anderson. Can't get it, so Eastern Devils look to clear it. Nice clearing kick. Runner needs to get out of the way and move because that ball's coming over this side quickly. Numbers around it, 4-on-1 maybe, but she does so well to get it out of there, Fraser. Just kicks it on the boot. Now Ferntree Gully trying to bounce back from here. Just throws a boot at it, works in her favour, and Forster picks it up. She's got space, kicks it up and over the top. Leading in front is Devils play, but it bounces right over her head, unfortunately. Chalmers just could not get that, unfortunately. I thought she was out there. So Emily Chalmers, one to watch that we spoke through. John McNamara, the assistant coach, said she was playing on that centre half back role and really one to watch. LaFontaine coming sort of to the boundary.
I think both teams.
No, go ahead.
I think both teams need to be aware, as like Kate said, the ground's pretty hard out there, so the ball's going to bounce a bit more just to get their timing right to go for the football.
And boundary. For the Devils, they really need to get either a major or a minor on the scoreboard, because I think that'll go a long way to help them settle into their style of play. Because at the moment, it just seems to be a little bit frantic and frenetic on their side.
Yeah, it definitely is. It probably doesn't have that sort of composure, but still plenty of time in the game, and probably only a minute 30 left, so can reset at quarter time. In front there was Carter, but couldn't take the mark. So players kick at it, goes into towards the centre of the ground. Foot race underneath and tackled. His tackling pressure there for the Devils, and at the bottom of the pile there was Brianna Smith. Kate Green.
Just hoping that Ferntree Gully can keep up this kind of pressure for the next 3 quarters, because all their hard work, that they've done this quarter so far, be ashamed to see that go.
Only time will tell, and obviously the Devils will want to respond. A good strong mark there by Brigham Shaw. So Lauren kicks it. Slide up and under kick, but it's going to work out. I think, pushed up possibly under it, but umpire didn't see it. I thought he was in a good position there, and I thought she just got a little bit pushed under the ball for leading for the mark, but umpire says, I'll have it. And probably only one more score left if Ferntree Gully can get a clean possession. With LaFontaine off for a bit of a rest, it could be their opportunity to win a ruck battle. Over the back there is Leopold again. A good high kick. Where's it going to go? It's going to go up, under, now picks up. Can any player pick it up? They can, but can't get clean possession. I thought I saw, who's that one there?
That's Caitlin Clift.
20 seconds left, guys.
Thank you. Caitlin Clift. I don't know if I was reading if she got to change a number. I think I saw a 6 on her back. She might be like 56 now. Anyway, we'll get back to that. So picks it up. Allinger throws it on the boot. This would be stinging for Eastern Devils. Clean possession is needed. Throws it on the boot. Now Anderson trying to get it, but well done by the Devils, and the siren's going to sound. Great pressure there by the Devils to keep them from without scoring there. So that's quarter time. Ferntree Gully lead 3-2-20 to the Eastern Devils, yet to score. We're going to take a short break and we'll come down back to the call shortly. From LSU, we've got Caitlin Welsh. She's kicked the 2 goals, and Maya Forster for the 3rd goal, and obviously Devils yet to score. We'll take a short break from Mulgrave Reserve, and we'll come back with Kate Green, who will speak with one of the coaches or 2 of the coaches, and we'll have the call continuing. Welcome back to the Deakin University Division 3 Women's Match of the Round between the Eastern Devils and Ferntree Gully Eagles, live from Mulgrave Reserve. The Eagles lead 3-3-21 with the Devils yet to score, but building for a really good second quarter. Strong start by Ferntree Gully. You'll be pleased to see with that Ashley alongside me. Ferntree Gully captain, and who's off on some injury time, so has joined us on the call. For those joining, actually, it must be pleasing to see the girls starting so strong.
Yeah, definitely. They're using the footy well. They're really clean with it and using their run and carry. Hopefully they can maintain it for the rest of the game.
And do you expect the response from the Devils? You've played against them in round 4. It was probably similar in the sense that it was a big score for your girls against the Devils. They only scored the 2 goals, but how do you feel their response will come?
Yeah, I think they'll come out hard in the next quarter. They've got strong bodies and they're quite quick through their midfield. As we saw, they started to set up their structures a bit better in the back end of that quarter, so if they can maintain that, I think they'll start to come back into the game.
I think one thing that's been pleasing for both Kate and me have made mention of it, is the tackling pressure by Ferntree Gully, by the girls there. Is that something that sort of is a main focus from Dwayne and the team there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they all just want to win, so if they see footy, they try and get footy. But they're all pretty strong. Sometimes it's a bit frustrating because they go to tackle first rather than get the football first. But no, they're definitely very strong in their tackles, and we work on it at training a lot.
Well, you can definitely notice it. It's I think the Devils would sort of feel the pinch from that. Yeah, Dwayne, he loves to sort of hold the girls back a bit.
He can talk.
He does. He loves the chat. Happy with what he's got to offer and say.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had plenty phone calls that are supposed to last 5 minutes and they go on for hours.
Oh, it's good that he's happy to lead it. Dwayne, how long is he?
Ashley, he will be listening to this afterwards.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell him to his face.
No doubt it'll be played on repeat. How long's he been sort of head coach for Ferntree Gully?
This is his second year coaching. Yep. He was supposed to coach in 2023, but as you know, we folded that year.
Yep.
So yeah, second year.
Okay, beautiful. And obviously he's enjoying it. He's offered his time. And look, we're just about to get underway. We'll go boundary side to Kate Green.
I'm just here with Eastern Devils assistant coach John McNamara. John, tough first quarter. Your backs were under a lot of pressure. Well done to them for holding up as well as they did. What's the message for this quarter?
Oh, look, the message then was just we need to be first to the ball. Sometimes we're just watching our opponents, leading them to the ball instead of see ball, get ball. So that's one of the key things. And again, something we did a couple of weeks ago was just tackling at the contest and so on. And look, we're not overly skilled, but we do that and then we just move the ball forward and we'll get results. But they were very good.
It was heartening to see towards the last few minutes of that first quarter, the girls were beginning to get into their rhythm, their style.
Yeah, look, they were, but look, we noticed that it was probably pretty quiet out there. So, we'll just give them a bit of a ref up. We'll see what we can eventuate this quarter.
Thanks very much, John. All the best.
No worries. Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Kate, and thanks, John, for his time once again. As we're underway, and Eastern Devils have had probably the majority so far, but haven't been able to score. LaFontaine just kicks on the boot. In front there's the Devils play, but can't get clean hands to it, and it falls just at feet. Now it's the stacks on, and umpire says, I'll have it. So, and we played the couple of minutes so far. Ruck contest, got the height there. LaFontaine, like we said, with Briginshaw, it's going to be the challenge for her today. But the mids have done well for Ferntree Gully and generally have been able to clear it out, even if Devils have won sort of the tap, which has been pleasing for Ferntree Gully. Just on the far side now, picks and kicks it is Fahay. Bouncing ball in front there for the Devils. Good hands now, trying to find the open player. Kicks it. Now it's a foot race on as it comes to this side of the commentary box. Again, can't pick up the clean hands. Good pressure there for Ferntree Gully to make the ball fumble out. Can't take a mark, LaFontaine. Now Ferntree Gully, just a big kick to up and under it. Goes to the centre wing. Now foot race between it. Which way is it going to bounce? Nice clean hands picked up there by Carter. Hands it off to Kira. I looked down and Dana Parla, thank you. Need the assistance there for specials. And she had clean hands there, Dana Parla, as we go boundary side with Kate Green.
Just here with Dwayne, he's quite focused on the game. Dwayne, a very positive first quarter, but I'll know you'll say to me, first quarters don't win games. What was the message for the girls going forward?
No, look, the message was really positive. I think we started really, really well. If we started in the midfield, getting our hands on it, just being quick with our decision making and stuff, and forwards held a little bit more space. We're a little bit behind at the start, so we've put the asset on to play more in front to give us that first opportunity. And then just as Eastern Devils sort of came into that game, as that quarter came on, and I was really proud of that defensive effort to work back and help each other out and support each other. So the message just going forward is just focus on the 20 minutes. Like, we know the position we're in, so focus on 20 minutes at a time and really just playing some positive footy.
We really were impressed in that first quarter with the running game that the girls are playing. It's very impressive.
Yeah, no, it's been really good. Like, we want to be aggressive and we want to attack the game, and what's been great to see is we're starting to learn about just running behind and having those options in the quarterback and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a grind. We just got to keep working on it.
Thanks very much, Dwayne.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. As we're back underway for play, still on the attacking half of the Devils. And tackling pressure has been lifted by the Devils. Some nice tackles by Fahey and Arundel around the ball. Good tap out there behind play to Arundel, but can't get clean hands now. Puts another tackle on.
The Devils have definitely brought the pressure this quarter so far.
Indeed, they have. Actually, you can sort of sense it. And like I said, Arundel around there, strong tackles, but just haven't been able to get that score on the board. I think they just need to get that score and calm the nerves a little bit and say we've got the contest back on our terms. But umpire says, I'll have it. Bottom of the pile is Brianna Smith.
Traditionally, this left-hand side goal end is the scoring end. So, yeah.
Scoring end to the left. Yeah. Ferntree Gully player feeling the effects of that strong tackle. Just a little bit slow to get up in Molly Patton. She got the free kick for that as well. Just a strong tackle, I think, possibly a sling tackle. She's talking that she bumped her head. So kicks a bit of a spiral, but the player can't take the mark, or any player can take the mark. Now it goes through hands per Carter again. She's been strong today. Good kick there for the Devils. Now, which way is it going to fall? The two Ferntree Gully players playing in front. The Devils sort of slinking out the back there, trying to get it, but they can't. Now looking to clear out to come this commentary side of the wing. Bouncing ball, picks it up, clean hands is Richards. She throws it on the boot. Oh, strong mark there for Ferntree Gully. You'll have to help me there, because
that's Bridget Allinger. She'll tell everyone she took a hanger today.
Well, she's now got proof.
Yeah, well, she's got it on camera. I don't know if it was the specky of the century, but just a mark.
She took one last game and she didn't shut up about it.
Well, look forward to the replays on the socials. Swinging tackle, player can't get rid of it there in Dunparla. So umpire says I'll have it straight in front of us. Sun shining down. Nice warm day for footy. Well, umpire just probably could have let it play a little bit longer. He's very quick on the whistle today. I think Arundel was probably a little bit disappointed that she had the running player out there. So 3-on-3 around it for the Devils, but they just can't pick it up cleanly. Richards just can't get hands onto it. Now a kick up and under. Good hit there by Carter. And no, the umpire says that's a free kick to LaFontaine. Feeling the effects of that big bump by Carter. Hit. Yeah, I felt it was fair, but obviously, yeah, it slightly hit her quite flush, and feeling the effects of it. So we've just come to a stoppage as trainers out to her, and hopefully she's okay from that hit.
Bit of whiplash, maybe.
Yeah, it was decent, straight down the centre.
We've played just under just over 6.5 minutes of this second quarter.
I think she should come off for a spell and just train her to assess. But she's up on her feet and sort of slowly moving off, so that's a pleasing sign to see. It's going to be a free kick to the Devils. Sort of player looking as if to say it's mine, and then going right close to the mark, now back. So now looking for a spare player, running in front there, taps it up and over. Unfortunately can't get the mark. There is Mount, Taylor Mount. I think a good spoil, or good hands at least by Carter. So tap down now possibly for Ferntree Gully to win those contests. Brigginshaw gets it, and she gets her own ball, which you'll love to see as a ruck. Kicks it, bouncing. Which way is it going to go? It's going to stay in now. It trickles out of bounds. And last kick, so it'll go towards the Eastern Devils. So in the back pocket for the Devils, got a player calling for it in Phillips, but goes the other option.
The Devils are actually showing, a bit more of their game of what they normally do, but Ferntree Gully seems to have answers for them.
Oh, Brigginshaw with a bounce and takes it on. If you don't mind, got the confidence from last time from the ruck contest to win her own ball. This time tries to take it on and it just trickles out of bounds, so it'll be towards the Devils. Interesting that both coaches sort of, obviously from John, he was sort of saying they want them first to the ball, which you're seeing a little bit more of. And then obviously from Dwayne, he's saying he wants his players in front. So both sort of feel that that's where the contest can be won and take advantage of. A really strong kick. She's having a purple patch at the moment, Brigginshaw. She takes a nice mark outside of what would be maybe the 40 on a slide angle, so kicks right into the centre. Nice kicking, bouncing ball. Where's it going to fall? Now picks it up, snap around the body for Dumpalia, and she kicks it. Kicks the goal. Kira takes it. Another one for Ferntree Gully, so they go 4-3-27. Eastern Devils yet to score. Kate Green, sorry.
I was just going to say, it's so good seeing Dana Palia back, getting back into form, because she has been quite a little bit like the last game I saw her in round 9. So it's just really, really good to see her getting back into her groove, getting her speed on, getting her moves on. And seriously, if Eastern Devils really do need a major just to give them that confidence and get them going.
Yeah, I agree, Kate. They just need to find that score, especially leading into the half. We've played 10 minutes already. I think that will be a pleasing thing from them, is they've only kept, obviously Ferntree Gully's only scored the one goal, but again, Eastern Devils probably had the majority, and now Ferntree Gully are finding a little bit of space and time. Obviously, with that injury sort of to LaFontaine, it's allowed that ruck contest to probably go in the advantage of Ferntree Gully. As we rushed over the other side, can't pick it up there. Good tackling pressure by Patton. She just stabs at it on the ground. Smith picks it up and snaps it around the body. Now in front is the Devils player in Swanwick, but can't get it. Umpire says, I'll have it.
Just with that ruck contest, even though LaFontaine won the rucks in that first quarter, it came down to what was done with it by the rest of the team. So even though she may be winning on those ruck contests, it's really credit to Ferntree Gully at the moment that they're interfering with that run. Yeah,
definitely, and they've won that sort of centre clearance from those tap downs when it should be probably advantage Devils, but it's not, and Ferntree Gully leading by 27 points in this second quarter. Like I said, it's probably been a little bit sort of slower in the score, but the contest is still there, and probably the tackling pressure is still applied well. Umpire says, I'll have it on that far side. Got the screens this time as gives 2-6 there, Kate. Hands it over onto the running player there in a Rundle. Rundle just kicks it far and wide on that far side of the wing. That ball just bounces every which way today, and players just struggling sometimes to get it. But Pitcher picks it up, but it goes straight into the hands of the Ferntree Gully player, and the umpire hasn't. And go boundary save, Kate Green.
Ashley, I was just going to ask you, with the way your team's running at the moment and how much energy they are expending, will they still have enough in the tank come, fourth quarter time?
Oh, let's hope so. I mean, our girls have a lot of fight in them. Like I said earlier, they just want to win. So if they can get through the mental fatigue, I think they'll be okay. But let's just hope they can hold on. They've put themselves in a good position to hold on to the win or hold on to the lead.
Being this far ahead is not going to give them any kind of complacency, is it?
Oh, I don't think so, no. I think we've learnt definitely coming up into Division 3 this year that it can go any way. Any team can win, and need to make sure we keep pushing each quarter and get score on the board. I don't think our girls can ever get complacent.
It's the strength to have, and it'll be tested, for that second half as sun beads down today. It's definitely a warm day out there as play goes underway, still to the centre of the ground. Oh, good, strong, tried to kick at Smith, but good smother there by the Devils player. Just felt the effects from that smother, and that was you. She's been around the contest as well quite a bit today for the Devils. Tap down, Carter picks it up, hands it over to the player there. Got a spare player open for Ferntree Gully. Another one over the top if she can go, which she does. That's going to bounce probably a little bit high for Anderson. She just needs
pick it up. She's got speed.
Great to see. Once she can't pick it up, now she's getting dragged off it. Throws it on the boot. Well done by the Devils. Composure there. She'll be spewing Anderson. She could have had the goal there, I reckon, if you had the pace and clean hands. Just couldn't get it. So a bit of a foot race on that far side. Smith can't pick it up. Now the Devils supply it. Pick it up, but can't get it out through Davies. And it stacks on as we played 13 minutes into this second quarter. Ferntree Gully leading 4-3, 27 to Eastern Devils yet to score. Now throws on the boot. Big kick. Which way is it going to bounce? And just the minor score for Ferntree Gully. So they go to 4-4, 28. Eastern Devils yet to score. And now they're going to play on quick. As they've got spare players now, you just need that player over the top. Nice little mark there for the Devils. Got the running player looking past now, looking for the leading player in Richards, but falls over the top. Now 2-on-1. Good strong tackle through Anderson and Carter. Both of them we've called a lot today, so in the votes probably thus far.
6 minutes 20 left of this game. This quarter.
Thank you, Kate. Throws on the boot. That's going to go out of bounds on the full by Allinger. So Devils get the ball in their back pocket. Rotations coming through. LaFontaine back on for the Devils, so that's good to see. And she's going to be straight into play and takes a strong mark. So now she looks for the kick. Good kick. Comes onto this commentary side. Good mark there as well for the Devils through Reed. Now can they get that overlap and find that player that's going to fall out the back? It can't get clean hands to it. Now Devils pick it up. Good tackle there though by Ferntree Gully. The umpire says I'll have it. Unfortunately, pitcher couldn't get cleaner hands and tackled straight away.
Have you both noticed the moment LaFontaine gets back on the field, Devils game lifts? A little bit concerned that comes down to one particular player, because they really do need to have all their players step up, not just be inspired by one.
Do, but nice to have her back on the ground, and obviously hopefully not feeling any further effects from that hard hit. So bouncing ball as it go to Ashley.
I think Eastern Devils are definitely missing Fox. They're one of their midfielders. She usually is a great ball winner and gets the ball forward. I think maybe they might be relying on LaFontaine to get it forward a little bit too much.
And then we got the goal there by Clift, Caitlin Clift, the number 56 with the jumper change, 34 on our list, and she's kicked the goal for Ferntree Gully. So it'll sting for the Devils.
Ashley, you're actually really right. I completely forgot that Fox is fantastic at directing, the Eastern Devils on the field, and she really is a powerhouse from one end to the other, no matter what position Devils put her in. So you're definitely right that they are really feeling her not playing today.
I did my research.
I like it, Ashley. Well done. Thank you very much.
You can have my job now.
As it goes over the top now, it's a bit of a foot race on. Carter's trying to chase after it alongside Smith, but well done by Davies. She gets it, just can't pick it up. Tackled as well. Every time the Devils seem to get it, they're just tackled straight away. So again, credit to Ferntree Gully for that tackling pressure. And ruck contest at it. LaFontaine, good tap down there by Brigginshaw. She won that. Now it goes sort of to the Devils' side. Now LaFontaine takes off. Can she get... Oh, good tackle. That's holding the ball. The umpire says that is Brianna Smith. Great tackle. So holds it up just when the Devils were looking like going forward. It goes back towards Ferntree Gully's side of the ground.
Great kick.
In front. Great kick and great mark in front there. You have to help me with that player as well.
That's
there.
Carter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should know it already. I've called her a heap of times today. Bouncing over the back, throws it on the boot, Leopold.
Oh, what a goal.
And she kicks it. Kicks the goal.
That's got to be one of the best goals of the game so far.
If we had the award for goal of the day, it might be leading that. But Leopold kicks another one for Ferntree Gully. That takes it to 6-4-40, and the Devils yet to score with about 3 minutes to play.
She's actually my housemate, so I'm sure I'll hear about that tonight.
You'll have to watch the footage over and over and over again.
Nah, she's pretty humble, Chloe.
Yeah. Just as you were alluding to earlier when we were talking with you pre-game, actually, you do definitely have a team of multiple goal kickers, and it's just not relying on one.
Yeah, I definitely think it's one of our major strengths.
It's definitely on show today with 6 goals so far. Now, Devils 2-on-2 contest. Just falling at the feet, can't pick it up. Oh, well done there for Dunpalia. Just stabs at it with her toe.
Bit of
just
soccer.
put it forward, yeah. And she tries to get the run overlap, but unfortunately can't get clean hands. A good tackle there for the Devils and traps it in with 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. Devils want to try and keep it away from Ferntree Gully's goals and get it down their end, but Carter hands it over the top. Now it's a bit of foot race there. Cliff tried to get it, but now Devils just kick it up and under. Strong mark there by Allinger. And she's probably just inside. Has she got the leg on this one?
Oh, yeah, I'd say she could get there.
Okay. Good.
And there's no breeze to impede her.
I'd say with the Devils, they just need to find a bit more composure. They're rushing the footy a little bit and we're able to intercept Mark. I think if they can find that composure, they'll get themselves back in the game.
And that's what they need right now because they're on defence and time's ticking. Allinger's sort of kick fell short. And Devils trying to clear it out through Chalmers.
That's what I was talking about with them getting a major. If they can get a major on the board.
Carter around the body, he kicks a goal. A strong kick with a minute left in the last quarter. Sorry to cut you off there, Kate. It was just a snap around the body and magnificent.
Definitely don't apologise for that. But like I said, I really feel that if the Devils can get a major, in the last 50-odd seconds of this quarter, it will really help them going into halftime and set them up for the latter half of this game.
They're going to have to do it really, really quickly because times are ticking and LaFontaine felt that. She gives it a big thump. Nice little tap, but it goes only straight to Allinger. Allinger goes over the top and running is Dunpalia. Which way is it going to bounce? So it goes towards the Devils side. Good kick. 30 seconds to go, but strong mark and held back there by Ferntree Gully. And she says, just slow it down. Take that time, and well read on the situation at hand with only 20 seconds to go. So kicks it as far as she can, hits the cricket pitch, and it bounces ugly for the Devils, but it's going to fall nicely for Carter. Carter takes on the player, runs, could take a bounce if she needed to, but she doesn't. She kicks it from outside the 40, and which way is it going to go? That's a goal!
It's a goal. Oh, and celebration too. She got the bow and arrow going.
Okay, that's got to be the goal of the game so far.
And that's the siren. A strong goal for the end of the quarter, and a strong quarter by Ferntree Gully overall. That's 8-4-52 to the Devils yet to score. Carter kicked 2 in that quarter, so she come out firing. Leopold the 1, Dunpalia the 1, and Cliff the 1 as well, sharing the goals around all quarter. It's been a strong performance by them. The Devils started off really, really well in that second quarter and put that pressure on, but Ferntree Gully composed themselves, found a way, and have kicked some really nice goals. And that last goal will sting for the Devils as they go into the huddle. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the call. We'll also get some scores from around the grounds when we return to keep you up to date as to all divisions of the women's divisions around the grounds, and we'll continue the call after this break.
bought Big Moose. I had to go to work.
I've got any control of these dogs.
That would have been the Yap Yap before we went.
Welcome back to a split round for round 11 in the Deakin University Division 3 women's match of the round between the Eastern Devils and the Ferntree Gully Eagles from the Mulgrave Reserve. Ferntree Gully leading at half-time 8-4-52 to the Devils, yet to score, but you wouldn't know with the cheers as they were coming out and lining up. It's definitely got the crowd still within them, and they just need to find that response in this second half. It's been a really strong half by Ferntree Gully, and if they can continue to pile on the pressure, I'd say the 4 points would be theirs, because it's quite the challenge to come back. We know that both sides have probably struggled to score, but that's not the case today for Ferntree Gully. They've had multiple goal scorers. Carter with the 2, Forster 1, Leopold 1, Dan Parlia 1, Clift 1, and Welsh 2. So I'm joined alongside is Ashley Hilda, captain of the Ferntree Gully side, on special comments. Ashley, how have you found sort of that contest for this first half, and obviously pleasing results so far?
Yeah, I think our girls got on top of it early using our run and carry, and our speed, I think, helps us being a young group. I think if I was Eastern Devils, I'd tell them to run us out of legs, because we're quite short on the bench today. I'd assume that would be the message for them going into half-time, but I think if we can just not get complacent in the lead and keep putting the nail in the coffin, I think we're in for a good back half of the game.
As you go boundary side to Kate Green.
Just quickly, both Ashley and Scott, we need to start thinking about best on ground.
Yeah, Brianna Carter's probably started off quite strongly in the vote. She's been around it quite a bit. Brittany Anderson as well, we've called. Chloe Leopold has been strong and wearing the captain's armband today. And we're not far off this third quarter. Let's go Kate Green, go boundary side with Kate Green, sorry.
Just here with John McNamara. John, so much better that quarter with the Devils, just in their attacking and their defence, just falling short of getting something on the board. Where are you going for this quarter?
Well, look, again, yeah, we put it on the quarter timer with first of the ball and tackling, which probably the first 10 minutes we did well, 10 to 15 minutes, but then we just allowed them to take control of the game again in that back half, and they kick, 3 or 4 quick goals. So they've got some very good footballers, and we're just allowing them to do what they want. So we just need to get on top of that.
Ashley Hilda is doing special comms for us because we're a commentator down, and she mentioned that, you're missing Fox, and we all know how good Fox is at, leading and directing things. So with that said, who can step up and, be similar to Fox?
Oh, look, we've got little players. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of real small players, but they all have a crack, like Smurf or Kathleen Fay, as we call her Smurf. She's always in there having a crack, as is Wiki, who we're just seeing here. But again, look, we know that there's a lot of players there that they'll continue to have a crack like Foxy always does. But, we just probably like a little bit talent with getting the ball forward and when we get it into the forward line. So
we wish you all the best, and hopefully with getting major this quarter will kind of calm things down and get you into the groove.
No worries, we'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Kate, and thanks, John, there for your time again. Oh, I love a good nickname, Smurf. That's a good nickname. I like that one. That's for Kathleen Fay. So hasn't really happened any which way so far. Devils trying to pick it up. Player didn't have it, but that's Smurf right on cue in front of us. It didn't get the free kick, and trying to complain to the umpire, but the umpire says I won't have anything of it. And
do you think they call her Smurf because she's little, or do you reckon there's a backstory to it?
Surely there'd have to be a backstory. Sometimes you'd better not to ask those questions.
I was just going to say we don't want to know that.
Yeah. So it's been pleasing, straight on cue, and she's right in front of us. So hopefully she can have a good third quarter, as can most. And Faye, again, well, she's definitely standing up from that coach's address, and sort of to be nominated and picked out by the assistant coach and be on screen for the last probably minute or so. That's a strong result. So which way is going to go? Going to go towards the way of Ellinger. Ellinger picks up nice hands it straight to player in Brigginshaw, but can't get clean hands. A good tackle pressure for the
Boundary.
Devils as we go boundary side with Kate Green.
Just here with Dwayne, another positive quarter, but like you keep telling me every time we have a match of the round with you, quarters don't win games. What was the message for the girls for this third quarter?
Yeah, it was a fantastic quarter. I think Eastern Devils, probably that first 5-6 minutes, sort of lifted their intensity and were able to get their hands on the footy. I thought we did really well to defensively just slow that down and not let them build any too much momentum. And second half of that quarter, we started to get the rewards for the fruits of the rewards of the effort there. A couple of goals to Carts, another goal to Katie, and things like that. The message going in this quarter is it's the same thing. It's just the 20 minutes that's in front of us. It's a fairly warm day and things like that, and it's just keeping our fluids up and doing the little things right. And when they've got momentum, just lock it down. Be one-on-one, be defensive, and our chance and time will come to be able to attack again.
Thanks very much, Dwayne, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dwayne, for your time again. Thanks for both coaches throughout today for their time. It's been always a pleasure to sort of get their insight. But a pretty simple message: just play those 20 minutes. That's all they can do with a strong lead at this point in time. All pushed under in front of it. Unfortunately, just came out sort of second best was Anderson for Ferntree Gully, but she's back up and on her feet. Bends down to pick it up, beats Smith, and then tries to get out of it, but the Devils apply the tackle.
I really enjoy doing the coaches' interviews at each quarter because it shows just how much they both sides read the game equally. Both have said, Devils that first 5-10 minutes. So, yeah, I really enjoy getting that insight from them.
Yes, great insight to have, and we've also got the insight of Ashley Hilda calling alongside us today with the special comments, and that's been an added bonus for today's call. We've sort of had one down and one step up, which has been great and made today's job a lot easier for us both, Kate. So Ferntree Gully kicking it off to the left of screen. Now picking it up, trying to pick it up is Langton. She does. She goes hands, but it goes straight to
great
the
intercept.
Great intercept indeed through Leopold. Throws on the boot. Which way is it going to go?
It's a
And
goal.
she kicks it.
She's got two.
Chloe Leopold with her second of the day, and Ferntree Gully's ninth.
Great commentary there, Ashley. We're locking you in permanently for the rest of the season.
You'll have to fight my coach.
Yeah, well, considering he's offering you $100 to keep you with him, we may need to have a chat with our media manager, Ryan. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I might need to make the hard calls, that man, because it's been great just to have that insight and just to assist with those calls, and especially those players I'm struggling to see names of. Strong start by Ferntree Gully again for this quarter, and been all around it.
I think Devils have had more numbers around the ball in the contest, but we seem to be getting it out a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's been probably the difference, but that one wins it this time. Good kick there for the Devils. Now it's going to bounce through straight in front of his pitcher, but can't pick it up. Now she does, hands it over. Has got the spare player out the back, which goes through your hands. Just could have marked it. That was a player.
Devils have a player
open.
out the back if they can get the ball in.
Unfortunately, they can't. And Ferntree Gully going to win it sort of through the Smith. Smith hands it over to Dampalia. Dampalia takes off, just falls out of her hands at the wrong time, but foot race on. She's got pace, which she does. Just needs the shepherd there, throws it on the boot around the body. Now Eastern Devils look to clear it out. Oh, great tackle. Umpire says, no, says play on. Probably should have been awarded the free kick, but umpire says keep going, which they do. Really a hard ball to win on that far side. Now throws on the boot. Leopold throws it up and under and hits the post. So just the minor for Ferntree Gully. They go to 9-5, 59 to Eastern Devils yet to score.
Actually, I'm really liking how the umpires are letting the game unfold itself. How are you seeing it from sitting in the commentary box?
Yeah, it's actually been a really good game. I haven't had many comments. Sometimes I do. Like you asked me before, if I get a bit of white line fever, I don't usually, but sometimes the umpires' calls are a bit wayward. But no, it's been a good game.
Yeah, I think they've sort of seen it right for most of today.
I think they also have to let the game play on sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. They do. As Ellinger kicks it in front, is the Ferntree Gully player, but through hands, just throws it on the boot. It's going to go wide there. And that was Welsh. Caitlin's kicked the 2 goals today. Just couldn't get the third. And another minor score for Ferntree Gully. Played about 8 minutes into this third quarter, and still all the way of Ferntree Gully. Devils just need to find that score just to at least start the ball rolling and then work their way from there. At the moment, with no score on the board, it's a very daunting task as time ticks away. So on the far side, there's one player who we've called so much today in LaFontaine. She kicks it, throw over the top of the player. Unfortunately, Richards can't take the mark and falls at the bottom there as tackled by Smith. The umpire says, I'll have it on the far side.
I've got to say, this is the first time I've been at this ground, and I've been at this ground quite a few times, where there's literally no breeze at all. Usually that has, it has a say in, whether or not goals are going through or not. But today, it's almost still.
Yeah, you're right, Kate. I've played here a number of times, and it's always not good, strong tackle over on that far side. The trees are always sort of moving on that wing, but today they're still as, and obviously with the returfing of the ground as well, it's in great nick. I remember when you'd play here, and it'd be like an absolute bog after a bit of rain. You'd be avoiding the middle wicket just to make a little bit of pace. But
I was out there.
We have a Devils player down.
She's just holding her head, and the player says, apologise. She waves away the trainer. She says, I'm okay. I think it might be Audie, maybe Rachel Audie. It is. So umpire says it. Sorry, you were going to say something, Ashley?
I was just going to say I was out in the ground earlier, and the middle is like tar. Yeah.
Avoid the tackles on there because you'll feel it. So on that far side, hasn't really moved much from the last sort of 30 seconds now. Just players trying to get it on the boot just to move it forward. And scrappy ball now through Eastern Devils, but bounces straight back towards Ferntree Gully's side. Now foot race on there in Cliff. Sorry, couldn't get it. So Eastern Devils look to clear it, which they do, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a kick towards Ferntree Gully, having to get her own ball over the other side is Ellinger. Right in the trees there for Bridget. So take a little bit of time for the ball to come back in and over. Nearly got taken out by the cyclist as well coming past. He wasn't slowing down. So play on, no one on the mark there. Slightly sloppy for the Devils, so she takes probably another extra 15, 20 metres and kicks it right in front of their centre-half forward line. Eastern Devils need composure here. That's going to be a free kick towards the Devils, I think, for throwing the ball. The trainer's going to... Yeah, which player is that?
I think that's Leipold.
Okay, thank you.
She's coming back from ACL injury. Looks like she's holding her knee.
Oh, it's not good to...
Same knee. Ashley, can you see on the screen?
I believe so, yeah.
So trainer's going to come out. This will take a little bit of a pause. She sort of called it straight away, so I'd say she knows something's happened. And
we have 9.5 minutes left in this quarter. Yeah, they're just hopping her off.
Yeah, so it's Chloe. She's kicked the 2 goals today. And she's been in the best and definitely well within votes, but I'd say that's probably her day done, considering we're coming back from the injury and obviously the scoreline as well. Probably they need to push if it is just a sort of question as to what's actually happened.
It'd be best to rest her and get her assessed rather than risk popping her back out, because we've still got the rest of the season to go.
Very much.
And she is such a vital player for Ferntree Gully.
Very much so. And obviously with losing the captain, so who puts that captain's arm badge on now?
Chloe. Yeah, Chloe's we got Jess Campbell, but she's just started a new job, so she hasn't been as available. But Chloe's our deputy vice, and she's stepped up the last couple of weeks. So I'm not sure now.
Yeah. Now it falls to somebody else. Who else is probably a leader of your team out there that you sort of look on the list and go, oh yeah, they're always sort of barking the orders and stuff?
Brianna Smith, she's very vocal, especially this year. She's kind of found her voice a little bit.
Yep.
Other than that, experience-wise, I'd probably say Carts.
So we'll see what happens. Obviously, they have to sort of reset now. And that's stings as well for Ferntree Gully, because they don't have anything on the bench, so they're one player down overall onto the field, if that's sort of correct. So there's a mark here now through Chalmers. Emily was highlighted as one of the players to watch. She's been good today. Good kick as well, and it's a really nice kick, but unfortunately just couldn't take the mark there was Fraser. So Ferntree Gully get it. Oh, good, nice tap there and spoil of it by Chalmers. Doing it plenty over the moment. She just need clean hands. Just spare out the back if they can get it to her. Fortunately not.
Injured.
And there's another player injured, so it's lifted. It definitely hasn't dropped off. The players are still feeling it.
Considering the hardness of the ground that I mentioned just before the start of the game, I'm really not surprised because this ground feels like cement underneath your feet at the moment.
Yeah, they're taking no precautions. She's coming straight off the Devils player there.
Have to say that, big shout out to trainers on both these teams. They do magnificent jobs, these trainers and all trainers within the EFNL. But again, I'm biased, having been, a trainer for 20 odd years.
Great pick up by Neve.
Do an exceptional job, and that's on Crusto that was going off with the injury. So we're back under play now. Just kick off the ball by Anderson into the centre, into that hard wicket. And gets a clean kick. Now it's a bit of a race on, or players stack on. And two Ferntree Gully players can't work out how to get it out from there, unfortunately. But again, Chalmers at the bottom of the pile. A nice little third quarter, nice purple patch for her. Now Ferntree Gully Carter just spins and throws hands, does well to get it out. Another play down as well behind the play just from that tackle. I think that, like you said, that ground, I think it just must be the heaviness of it. Everyone's feeling it once they get a tackle or, a hit to the back.
Brown is making enemies, I think. That's the second person she's knocked over.
Yeah, that one definitely was accidental. The first one probably a little bit more intentional, but... Yeah, we go boundary sides, Kate Green.
There's been no malice or intent in it. It's just the way the game is playing. And when you go down on this ground, considering it is so hard, you are gonna feel it.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. I think that might be Faye. If I can sort of see a number from there.
I think you're right, yeah. The blue boots stand out.
Maybe the
number
Smurf,
14?
the Smurf
Yeah.
the blue boots.
It's
is that it? Maybe maybe we've discovered the Smurf just likes the colour blue. She's going to come off as well, I'd say, just for a bit of assessment. They've got enough depth, the Devils, so that doesn't really affect them. Probably affected the most is Ferntree Gully with that one down at the moment, so playing a player short. Just slowly sort of walking off and just sort of, talking to the trainer at the moment.
Being this end of the season, like 3 games out from finals, we do have a lot of tired bodies right across all divisions in the EFNL, and it basically comes down to who's still got, enough left in the tank.
And that's going to be the biggest challenge, but with a nice buffer of 9-6-60 to the Eastern Devils yet to score. That challenge for the Devils to respond is becoming harder and harder. Nice throw on the boot there by Carter.
She's gone the wrong way.
Oh, she's gone the wrong way. And picks up hands, throws it.
It's a rare mistake from her.
It's all right. It's, once the resets come into play, caught me off guard as well. So I was trying to look at scores around the ground, but I'll get back to you on those.
Well, actually, it comes down to basically the amount of pressure and your determination, but they've scraped it back.
It's true. Brigginshaw, good kick, big kick. Now bouncing ball.
Devils have the numbers. We got one out the back.
I just can't get in. That's probably been the thing today as well. Just can't find that spare player out the back to get that free look and sort of get that ball moving forward for them. And definitely winning these ruck contests, but the mids around it are doing the job for Ferntree Gully. That tackle was going to be applied straight away. You could see that. Read it for Forster. She just knew she was going to apply that tackle straight away. So, playing only about 3 minutes left in this third quarter. So it taps it, falls at feet.
I think Ferntree Gully just reading the ruck tap a little bit better, getting hands on the ball first at the moment.
Yeah, and they do, and they're probably going to get it here as well, 3-4, so she just can't pick it up, unfortunately, clean. But she gets it now, which is nice, and now it's Carter's got space, and she's got pace, which she likes to, and she also likes to take on the player, but she just kicks it, and unfortunately it's going to go straight to the Devils player, who was spare there. I think probably Welsh thought it was coming a little bit deeper. Now, where's it going to... Oh, good mark there through Allinger for Ferntree Gully. Bridget takes the mark, got a spare over here in Forster, which she ignores, sort of heads to centre. Fontaine standing in centre there.
Probably the one person you don't want to go to.
I probably would have looked at the option of Maya running past.
Nice teaching session there for you, actually going, yeah, no, not that one.
Got that on screen. We can look at vision throughout the week. Bouncing ball. Now it's chasing it is on. Welsh trying to pick it up, which she does. Kicks it and keeps it in, which the way is going to bounce now. Now, player underneath it for one turner. They just want to sort of rush this through. Well done by Dan Parlia just to keep it sort of held without letting a score go in the way of the Devils now trying to get it, but can't get it out. Time's ticking over in this third quarter. Sun's still shining out there. This has been the way it's been every last quarter. It's been in Ferntree Gully's half or right in their forward pocket. And Devils just holding on. They're going to score again, are they? And through Carter. Don't tell me. She's done it again.
She's on fire today.
She is having an absolute ripper.
She's competing for herself with the goal of the game.
That's true, and kicks it right on cue. She kicked the last two of the second quarter, and now has kicked another one in the last minute of the third quarter. And that takes Ferntree Gully 10-6, 66 to the Devils yet to score.
I was just about to say the Devils have done a good job at keeping us fairly scoreless this quarter, but...
Yep. It's only been, I think, the 2 goals so far. So, yeah, they've done a good job, but they obviously needed to get that score on the board instead.
For me, just for the Devils moving forward for, the last 3 matches of this season before finals, I would really love to see them to get a major on the board, just to help them with their confidence moving forward for their last 3 games.
Yeah, you're right. And look, over the last sort of few weeks, they've scored. They've scored well enough, and it hasn't been sort of an issue. I think they have let goals into their sort of backline a fair bit sort of throughout the season, which is probably one of the things. Good tackle as well there, straight in front of us by Ellinger.
Ellinger's been a standout with her tackle pressure.
No, goes at it and doesn't win it, but tap down there. Brigginshaw really gets it now. It goes through hands into Arundel. Arundel gets her own ball back, hands it. She might get another one here if she can pick it up cleanly. Unfortunately, she doesn't. She just applies the tackling pressure.
The clock's gone, but the siren hasn't.
No, it's now it has. I probably heard the commentary there by Ashley. She's
nice
on timekeeping as well. She's doing it all up here, Kate. So that's the end of the third quarter. That's Ferntree Gully 10-6. 66 to the Eastern Devils yet to score.
I think we're definitely locking her in. Sorry, Dwayne, we can't have her back. That's it. Ashley, we'll see you next week. You're with us.
The summer contract.
We've still got at least one more quarter to go, and we'll come back after this break and discuss the third quarter. Welcome back to round 11, split round 11 in the Deakin University Women's Match of the Round Division 3 clash between the Eastern Devils and Ferntree Gully Eagles. The Ferntree Gully Eagles lead 10-6-66 and the Eastern Devils yet to score. It's been all one-way traffic for Ferntree Gully. Devils have definitely tried, but unfortunately have not found that score, and probably a credit to Ferntree Gully in what's been sort of challenging for them in their numbers. Have had no depth on their bench whatsoever, and they're now a player down as well, unfortunately, as in the last sort of few minutes. A play going off there in Chloe Leopold. So we hope for her to have a speedy recovery with whatever injury she's carrying, as we're shortly going to get underway for the final quarter.
Boundary.
And we go boundary side with Kate Green.
With this being the round 11 split round, we don't, I can't remember the final score, but we only had 3 games of women's footy today. Premier Division, we had Baroni versus the Eastern Devils, with the Eastern Devils running out winners over that. We have Division 1, Knox versus Baldwin. Unfortunately, we don't have scores for that. And we have this game. So, yeah, and I'm just about to grab John to have a quick chat with him.
Thanks, Kate.
John, another trying quarter. All kudos to your back line. They're working so hard and they're not giving up. And we've seen glimpses of you nearly getting there and getting out of there. What's the message for this final quarter?
Oh, well, look, we've got a bit of actually on the bench, and I know Ferntree Gully have played with 16, so they've done an incredible effort. We've got a ticket system over there because there's so many coming off with head knocks and injuries. But look, we've just thrown a few things around. Obviously, we can't win it, but we've actually put a couple of our backs into the midfield and give them a run and see if we can try and get a score on the board.
Yeah. LaFontaine has been absolutely a powerhouse in your ruck, winning, I think, just about every ruck contest there's been. So what other standout players have you seen for your side so far?
Oh, look, yeah, Riley has been fantastic all season. So she just keeps going and going and competes at every contest. So as I mentioned earlier, I mean, Charms has just got the ball now. She's continues to get better and better. So, look, you know, we got players there that'll hopefully continue to grow. So.
Yeah. All the best for the rest of this quarter, and actually all the best for your next few final rounds.
No worries. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate, and thanks, John, for your time there. And like I said, Emily Chalmers, she's been very good for them today, and in that centre half back role for them. And she stood up and had a really nice little purple patch in that third quarter, which we called. And rucks go at it. It falls at feet of Ellinger. Ellinger can't get it on the boots. The umpire says, "I'll have it." And tap down there. Now goes straight towards Ferntree Gully's sort of half. Now trying to find it, pick it up is Brotto, but she can't get it through hands. And then Chalmers again clears it out on cue as such. It's always good when you call a player, Ashley, and then they turn up. It looks like you know something. As we go boundary side to Kate Green.
Just here with Dwayne. Dwayne, tough quarter that. They just kept you down to, I think it was just 2 goals for that quarter.
Yeah, I think fatigue's kicking in a little bit. As I said, it's a warm day. Unfortunately, we've lost Chloe for the day. I don't know exactly what, but a knee issue of some sort. So, for us now, it's just been about smart with the footy. We're lucky enough to have the scoreline in the right spots, just playing out the last quarter and being smart, not trying to force things here, and hopefully get another couple of goals.
You did mention in pre-game and in an off-air discussion that the key to with the Devils was coming out strong and getting as much as you could on the scoreboard, and you've definitely done that this game.
Yeah, I think there's probably no secret that if you're a little bit low on numbers, fatigue becomes a big issue in the second half. So we were aware that they had a bit of a bench. I know they've had a couple of injuries and head knocks, so hopefully everyone's okay over there. But if we could get off to that quick start, it just sort of gives you that extra effort when the times are getting tough. So the girls have been brilliant so far. We've got another 7.5 minutes to put a 4-quarter performance together and get to sing a song for the first time in a few weeks.
Thanks very much. All the best. I'll also wish you all the best going forward for the rest of your games and going into finals.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kate, and thanks, Dwayne. It's obviously pleasing to sort of be into that position and going into the last quarter, 66 points up, obviously player down. So it was always going to be an issue sort of having those players and those numbers, but the strength on the scoreboard is done more than enough for them this game, Ashley.
Yeah, it's a testament to the girls. I mean, like I said earlier, they have fight in them. They don't like losing very much, and I think they kind of like being the underdog sometimes. They've played very well. I think Dwayne's going to be a very happy man at the end of this game.
Yeah, he will indeed. And, it's just been pleasing. So right from the get-go, they sort of came out of the box firing and sort of hasn't really stopped from then. And they've just sort of kept playing from strength to strength. And all players have sort of stood up for Ferntree Gully this game. And it's really important, like we said, it sort of gives them the chance to get into that 3-4 spot with North Ringwood next week. So with the win today, Ferntree Gully will go to 20 points. And then they're only one game behind North Ringwood, who are on 24.
Devils have a player out the back. This could be their first score.
Here we go. So Devils pick it up now. Got time. Looks at the goals and assesses it. It is Mount. She kicks a really nice goal, Taylor Mount. All clear from the umpire.
Sorry, it's a behind.
Oh.
It just slightly drifted to the right of the large goal. So unfortunately,
I thought it looked good. It looked straight as a die. Yeah, I'd love to see a replay on that one, but that's unfortunate for the Devils. They thought they were, and I think the player even thought that she kicked it. So that's sort of saying something that
it just drifted at the very last moment. It just kind of curved.
No, I'd look down on my notes to sort of call a player properly, but unfortunately it's just the minor. So Eastern Devils only get the one, and now Ferntree Gully respond. And if they kick a goal from this, it'll break them. Just to have that come so close. Over the top there, bouncing ball through Anderson. Anderson takes her off. Here she goes. Now she goes to hands. She could have probably done it herself. She gets it back into probably a worse, tighter position, and then it goes through for a minor score. So it's been
definitely see the fatigue starting.
It's definitely kicking in and sort of slow her down. Anna Carter on the mark. I really liked her game today. I think she's been the standout, and as on call, she gets it and throws it on the boot just to centre position. Really nice position for Ferntree Gully, but no one going there. So can Anderson pick it up? Here she goes again. She can't get it this time. She's out the back, but player just throws it on the boot. Bouncing ball, and it's going to trickle out of bounds. It'll be towards the Devils. They'll get the kick from the last touch.
I think having Chloe injured, we're lacking a bit of experience in that forward line now.
Yeah, and obviously you miss that voice and probably that guidance. Jeez, that's a big kick from LaFontaine out over to the far side of the wing, but Ferntree Gully again respond and just kick it back in towards play. Now can Cliff get it, but can't. Devils get it. Player spare there and takes a nice mark. Now they got the player on this side, but running at it. Good presentation. Now she gets it again. She'll be feeling that she missed it, Mount. So too far out this time, but a really nice kick over the back there. Can take the mark, but it goes through hands. Got time to compose herself, Crasto. Hands it off, picks it up there. Is Reed. Reed can't get it either. Now it falls out the back. Just a bit of tunnel ball. Now it's Mount in front. Takes a mark and had a nice purple patch.
Front position always wins.
That's it, and both coaches sort of spoke about that, playing in front, about 35, at least 35, 30 metres out.
Taylor Mount currently has 5 goals for this season.
Oh, she's lucky she didn't get 6, and this could have been 7, but we'll see how this one goes for her. Throws on the boot. It's going to fall probably short and cut off in front. Snaps on the boot. LaFontaine throws it in and kicks the goal. Well deserved. Probably the player that has stood out today for the Devils, and kicks the goal finally for the Eastern Devils. So they go to 1-1-7. Plays Ferntree Gully 10-7-67. We've played 8 minutes, so about 7 minutes into this fourth quarter.
Definitely for LaFontaine, reward for effort.
Huge reward for effort. She's been exceptional today in ruck and even copped that knock as well, sort of through that quarter, or through the third. So she's nice to get a goal for her efforts, and it comes probably just unfortunately in the last quarter. Now strong punch. So can they get back-to-back goals, the Devils, just to build a bit of confidence going ahead? It would be almost a very similar score to last time they met, whereas about 69 to 12. So we're not far off that. It's 67 to 7.
It's a very similar
story. That would be weird if that if that came to be the case.
Scott, beware the caller's curse.
Yeah. Not even a curse, just very interesting. So it's Ferntree Gully finding it that they like to play against the Devils. And like I said, they've been down in scoring over the last few weeks, haven't had the wins either. So it'd be nice to sing this song. Can the Devils get another score? Just to get that sort of belief back. Oh, big tackle there by Smith. Umpire says play on. The crowd wanted holding the ball, but umpire said no. I don't think so. So straight in front of us here. Nice tap down. Good running play there. Can't pick it up. And Porter, that is. And it goes straight to number 12 in U for the Devils. So now sorry.
First time we're seeing Ferntree Gully being a little rushed in their disposal of the ball. So I think, a little bit of undisciplined is coming in for Ferntree Gully at the moment.
It is, but they've got plenty in their bank as Carter comes out the back and throws on the boot. Good kick. Oh, just through hands of Dempalio, unfortunately. Now Devils get a bit of composure. Good tackle there by Anderson. She's had a nice little patch as well in this quarter. Unfortunately, she hasn't been able to get the goal. So chirping about on the wing here in front of us. The umpire says, I'll have it. We've played 10 minutes into this last quarter. It's Ferntree Gully leading 10-7-67 to Eastern Devils 1-1-7.
Ferntree Gully is definitely feeling that one player down.
Yeah, they'd have to be for that. It's like I said, Devils have been applying good tackling pressure all day and obviously going to feel it towards the end there. Now, bit of push and shove to get the ball. Throws it on the boot. There is Reed, but it doesn't really go much further now. A bit of foot race. Davies can't pick it up, but Carter does.
The Devils have players behind the ball.
They do now. Which way is it going to bounce? So they've got players, but unfortunately just looking around. LaFontaine, composure, hands, nice hands to Skull. So now a good mark there as well by Spindler. Louise takes it. Good kick as well. And that's got a spare player out the back, but a strong mark in front there for Ferntree Gully.
It's Browner Smith.
Thank you.
Like I said a couple of quarters ago, if Devils could get, a major on the board, it'd settle them right down, and it has. Their confidence is back now. They've got that score, and they're going to try and make sure that it's not just left at 7.
Yeah, and that's pleasing to see. You want them to obviously run it out and sort of have that sort of confidence. Good, nice kick off the ground here, though. They've got the overlap of the player out the back there in Brotto, but can they get it to Anderson? Takes it on. Nice hands over the top to Welsh. She's there, Brotto, and it just slides to the right. Very unfortunate there. And Kayla really wanted that ball, was holding out the back, just couldn't get it, unfortunately.
For those wondering, Kayla Brotto, yes, she is Danielle's little sister.
Thank you, Kate. Kicks there into the centre of the ground. Carter trying to bend down to pick it up, which she does. Oh, hands it out really nicely. Goes out to feet. Now can Ferntree Gully get it out, but Devils trap it in.
Kayla's big sister plays for Baldwin. Oh, wait a minute. Baldwin or Knox? Oh, I've gone blank.
she plays for Knox.
There we go.
Thank
Special
you,
comments
Ashley.
throughout the day from Ashley Hilda.
Like I said earlier, I do my research.
So do I, but I go blank. Thanks very much, Ashley, for having my back.
Yeah, strong.
Anytime.
Good teamwork in the commentary box as well, so which we like to see. On the far side. Oh, good
Great
smother. Browner Smith.
She's having a good game too.
She is having a good game.
This best on ground's getting hard, guys.
It is. It is. Fontaine tap down there now, picks it up. Carter.
Bit of a trip. There we go.
Yeah, and pays it. Well done. So everyone had a little bit of a silence around the ground, gone a little bit quiet. It was up and about before, but really gone to a library sort of style. As it bounces through now,
pick up.
exceptional pickup. Just falls short now. Which way is it going to fall for Ferntree Gully and the Devils as their foot race goes on there? And it goes towards the Devils' last touch. So Jessica Coyle, the 100-game player.
I'm playing a bit of tennis at the moment, going back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth, left and right. Oh, LaFontaine just picks it up off the ground, says thank you. And I don't mind. No one's tackling me. I'll just take it myself.
Number 72, Coyle. She's had a good game for her 100th game today.
Yeah, she has, and had plenty of it down back. Richards takes the mark for the Devils. She got spare player over the top in Reed. She just needs to play it fast. She does, but it's a bit up and under.
Great spoil.
And good spoil. Nelly got dacked. And she says, "Hang on a minute." They're having a bit of a laugh about it there. So,
Okay, we may need to have a look at that vision there.
I don't know what we do with that kind of vision, but we'll play on. So
That's Molly. She's a first-year player, and she's a larrikin.
Yeah. I'll be talked about it in the club rooms probably for the next little bit. So, tackle, pressure applied. Oh, a tackle without the ball there from Smith, so it'll be a free kick towards the Devils, which it is. Plays on straight away, finds the spare player in the centre, takes it, kicks back, good smother there. Unfortunately, Arundel just kicked it straight into. I didn't see who it was that did the smother.
Zulian, yeah.
Zulian, sorry.
Thank you. And now Ferntree Gully throwing on the boot, but it's going to be a free kick towards Eastern Devils for the tackling pressure. It's just a matter of who's going to get it. And Taylor Mount.
Probably back her in, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd say so.
Well,
I'd say so.
This will be goal 7 for her if she gets it. And I hope I haven't called a coaster.
Well,
Actually,
I cursed her before, didn't I? When I said, yeah, it's a great goal. So I'll watch this one. I know who it is. So Taylor Mount, I think he's probably 20 metres out, probably in front. No, it's going off to the right as well.
Actually, I'm going to pretend I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Actually, we have this thing, the caller's curse. We don't learn. Every week we say something and we still don't learn, and we end up, having the caller's curse. So, yeah.
Hey, all I ask is when I'm back out there, don't say anything.
Julie noted that's next season if we let you get off the media team.
We'll see how it plays out. And kick there from Porter in front. Good mark. And just going to feel it probably on that hard ground. It was a strong mark and sort of pulled down at the end, unfortunately. That's Smith, Brianna.
Like you, Kate, she's got a bit of a rugby background, so she's tough at it.
Nice. I'm liking hearing that.
Brown in the back pocket. We've only got 4 minutes left in this last quarter. Ferntree Gully lead 10-8, 68 to Devils 1-2-8. Carter in front. Good mark. I don't know how it would go. Sort of, she'd probably be my 3 votes so far. I've really liked her game. Three goals as well. Played in a lot of positions today. A really nice kick for her. Now Devils get it through hands. Get a little bit of space. Now trying to find a spare player, but unfortunately just can't. It goes straight in towards the tackle applied there by Brigginshaw.
Boundary.
There we go, boundary side, Kate Green.
I got to say, today's game has been a bit different. Usually I'm always hearing the dads calling out to their daughters and that, go this, go that. But with Ferntree Gully, all I'm hearing is all the mums, they're sitting along here and they're calling out to the daughters and to the rest of the Ferntree Gully teammates. I love it.
Power to the women.
Yeah, indeed.
Absolutely.
It's been definitely one for Ferntree Gully's side to call, and they've been up and about, and they've had definitely a good cheer squad down in front of us, which we would have picked up through the sound effects mic. Umpire says, I'll have it.
But Scott, I haven't ever heard the mums' voices in any of the women's games we've done over the 4 seasons we've been doing this. So it's been absolutely brilliant hearing all the mums calling out and that. I think they've put their dads in the box.
Yeah.
No, and they're all looking at me going, "Oh, sorry," and I'm like, "No, ladies, it's great. It's fantastic."
Cheer on, we'll hear, and it's been great to see the turnout. Like I said, a good footy, so you're always going to get a good turnout as well when it's sunny. Unfortunately, Phillips gives away the free kick, and now it's Clift. Caitlin Clift kicked the one in the second quarter on a slight angle, probably 25 out. Has she got this one, Ashley?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to back her in, but she's new to footy this year.
Caitlin kicks it slightly askew.
Caller's curse to you, Ashley.
Well, I shouldn't have asked, should I? I should have learnt.
Welcome to the media team, Ashley. You've just done a caller's curse.
She'll hear that and go, hang on a minute. Now it goes into Porter's hands. Takes it on. Now got the spare player here. Just can't get it over. Yes, it does. Does bounce through to Reed. Can she pick it up? No, Reed can't. But instead, Richards does. But a strong, strong tackle.
Ashley, I'm really impressed with. I have to say, really impressed with your team. Not because you're on the bench or winning, but just the fact that look, you started with 16, you're down to 15 now with an injured player out, and your intensity and pressure still hasn't given up. Your run is still there, so that's very impressive.
Yeah, the girls definitely have that never say die attitude. They just want to fight and fight, and I think it's a strength having such a young group as well. They've got a bit bigger lung capacity than some of us oldies do.
You're not old, darling.
Oh, I don't know. I am old in comparison to all of them.
Yeah, it's been, I think, from the get-go, and just probably my biggest query was how you're going to do a sort of big score, which you have, obviously losing Bamford out, who's leading with 8 goals, and I think just that sharing it around, and it's been on from get-go, that pressure and that forward attack by Ferntree Gully, especially in that first quarter. I think, that really sort of surprised probably the Devils, and like I said, Ferntree Gully hasn't been scoring too well over the last couple of weeks, and neither sort of has the Devils to a degree, but they've probably scored a little bit better. But yeah, to keep Devils to, at the moment, 1 goal, which I'd say is going to stay because we've only got about 20 seconds left to go of this final quarter.
Also credit to the Devils because, they've the scoreline could have been even larger considering that, they've spoiled Ferntree Gully and with Ferntree Gully ending up with 9 behind. So both teams have got so many positives. The Devils just, because they never gave up, Ferntree Gully, they know what they can do with just 16 on the field.
And they do indeed, Kate, as the final siren sounds. And one thing that they do love is scoring 10-9-69. The second time they've made that score against the Eastern Devils, as the score just flashed off the board. Just hold it up for me. I think it was 1-2-8, maybe.
Yeah, 8. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Geez, they were quick to get that score down. 1-2-8. So Ferntree Gully take it. It's been a really, really strong game from all girls out there, and it's been really nice football to watch.
It's been a good day for footy too.
It's been great having you alongside me, Ashley. You've heard Kate has heaped on the praise of you. I've never heard so much praise in my life. I don't think I've ever received that much praise from Kate Green. At times, but it's been a pleasure to call alongside you, and we've still got a little bit of time. Kate will probably grab Dwayne at some stage.
We just have to formally announce who is our who we considered best on ground, so we can keep it above board.
Sure.
Okay, Ashley, your best on ground.
I have to go with Carter. She was very influential with 3 goals, and just her ability to win the ball out of the midfield. She's massive for us, for our team. So.
Scott?
There's a little bit of bias. I wasn't too sure if we were allowed Ashley to include it, but I agree with her, and I've been strong for Brianna. I think 3 goals, exceptional performance, all-around ground performance, and really stood up when required.
Okay, well, that's 3 from 3. And I don't think we can call Ashley as really being unbiased. She's been very, very gracious to Eastern Devils. And I just really appreciate, Ashley, you coming on board and doing this for us. We found you. You're a star rising for us. And really looking forward to having a chat with Ryan to see if we can get you to do some more for us. Because you've been absolutely brilliant at it. You really have.
Thank you for having me.
That praise is continuing,
yeah,
even on the microphone. Like, God, there's been so. Look, the girls
Scott,
are getting around.
Scott, you've been brilliant as well. You're always brilliant.
The girls are getting around. Jessica Coyle for the 100th, as she sort of cheered off.
Brianna Carter, congratulations. I'm just getting Brianna for you. Ashley, you get to interview her.
Hey, Cart.
She's going to she'll put the headset on as we're going down. And if you can hear us, Brianna.
Hey, Carts, how you going?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah. We're joined by Brianna Carter. Brianna, you've won the Eastland Hoyts Best On Ground performance. Well done to you and well done to your side.
Thank you so much.
It's been a really good game by your side. You came out really, really strong against a side that you match up quite well with. How did you sort of find it from that get-go?
I don't know. I feel like our skills really, we said before the game, because we are struggling with numbers, we said, let's just keep going all together, like cheering each other on, having each other's back. That's the one thing that gets us going. And as soon as that's going, we're on. So from the first bounce, we all had each other's back. We all kept going. We all, like one good tackle, we're all around each other. So that's what got us all going for the whole game. And just that's what stood out mostly for us. And once we're not doing that, that's when we have our bad games. So it's good when we get to get around each other and get out there and play a ripper game.
We were talking sort of through the broadcast just about the sharing of goals. Obviously, you kick 3 yourself. You're playing in that sort of wing position, but all around ground. And to get 3 goals yourself, to step up and help out with sort of that sort of forward line. How have you found that?
Yeah, good. Well, I don't know. That's the one thing I focus on the most is my goals, because I don't know. Oh, I can just see my family watching, listening.
They'll watch a replay as well.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I love a good goal and a snag and all that. So it's just the one thing I focus on and want to get. So as soon as I'm in front of that, that's what I go for. And yeah.
Carts, Tash, how you going?
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. We were talking about you during game, just saying how you're such a ball winner. You got that fight in you. I said you might have made a few enemies, injuring a couple of the girls, but it's just a testament to your game. Like, you're so strong at it, you're explosive, and you win the ball out of the midfield and just get it forward.
Yeah.
I don't really have any questions for you other than just boosting your ego.
Thanks.
Not bad. Did you pay for that?
No, but I did say to her last night that we were expecting a big game from her today, and she definitely brought that and was very influential to our win. So good job.
Thanks, Ash.
No worries.
Well done, Brianna. Look, we won't let you get into the girls are waiting for you and everyone's watching you, so we'll let you be. But congratulations on the award and well done on the game and getting the 4 points. And good luck next week against North Ringwood.
Thank you so much.
That's Brianna Carter for the Ferntree Gully Eagles. Kicked the 3 goals and was a standout performer amongst many on that list. You could look through. I thought Chloe Leopold was really, really good, and up until obviously that injury, unfortunately. Lauren Brigginshaw in the ruck did an exceptional job up against LaFontaine, who I thought was a standout for the Eastern Devils. And if they win, they get she would have got the award. Who else did you like the look of, Ashley?
I thought Kira Danapala was quite good as well. She's sneaky, just using her speed to get the ball forward as well. She even got herself a goal from Eastern Devils Mount, she kicked a goal. 2 points.
Yeah, she did. No, yeah.
But I think she was influential in Eastern Devils in that last quarter, getting on top of it a little bit. But yeah, that's the ones for me.
Yeah, no, it was, and like I said, it was just an all-round performance for most of them. The goals were shared well amongst the players. There was a mix of bags and pleasing for, like we said to Dwayne, this is a really important win for the girls. 4 points brings you onto a 20. Take on North Ringwood next week. What can we expect sort of for that contest and looking at knocking on that 3rd and 4th position?
I think it'll be a physical contest, and we've got something to show. Last time we came up against them, it was probably our worst game of the season. But like I said, we've got fight, and we'll really want to fight back at that last game that we played. I think this win will give the girls a lot of confidence, and hopefully we can get some sore bodies back and some players back from being overseas and whatnot, and get on top of them next week and fight our way to finals.
Well, fingers crossed, Ashley. Thank you so much. Look, just quickly before we end the broadcast, just want to say thank you. Kate Green's busy talking. She can't hear us. She might put a headset on shortly. Megan, thank you so much for your efforts. And Ashley, it's been exceptional to have you call alongside me. I've really enjoyed it. And like I said, we've said to Ryan, we really need to involve players that are either injured or have got an interest in media, because it gives us such a great insight into some of those players that I would never even know about. And, you find out a little bit more. So thank you so so much for your time.
Anytime.
I know Kate has praised you immensely. We would love to have you back. It's not just Kate. I'm happy to say it as well. And I know once Ryan listens to it, he'll be really pleased with what you've delivered. So thank you again. Enjoy. Hopefully you get to enjoy a little bit of that win somehow with the girls, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for joining our broadcast. That takes us from the Division 3 match of the round. Tune in later this afternoon for the men's match of the round and tomorrow as well. Thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube.